Apologies.
No, please. Game Awards are now over, so I guess we're gonna go into a little chat mode here. Talk about Dragon Age. Yeah. Let's see.
I need to plug that in and do that.
Let me pull up the trailer again really quick. I want to pull that up.
What I've been doing with Dragon Age right now is I've been finishing off the side quests before I do the main missions.
I've got the trailer up here, Steph, from Twitter, if you want me to just link you to that.
Nope, first one's up. Hold on. I'm gonna replay it, guys, really quick. It's like a minute long, so bear with me. Just give me 1 minute while I replay this for the stream. Here we go. This is super intense. I'm gonna fucking freak out again.
So since I've been doing all the side missions. I have 1 dragon left to kill. It's in Empire du Lion. Am I saying that right? Is it Empire du Lion?
Empire du Lion. Yeah, that's how I say it.
Empire du Lion.
So it's like French then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Orlais is French. Or French, basically.
Oh, okay.
Orlesian is French.
I figured it was.
Orlais is more like Lorraine. Which is a region
so I have the last dragon to kill for the breeding grounds. He's the fire dragon.
The Highland Ravager?
Yeah.
I can't deal with it. Can't fucking
and
deal
then, with it. And then I'm done. And then I can go through the main story. Unless the game decides to pull, oh hey, by the way, we're gonna add more stuff after you do this mission.
I think you're in pretty good, it sounds to me like you're in pretty good. Do you want to kill all the high dragons?
I would like to.
You found me at last.
If you can, in Jaws and The Descent, you can actually go back to all the regular game areas. So if you want to like power level and then go back and kill it, you can do that.
Oh, Jaws actually I recommend.
Jaws is fun. It is.
Because Jaws does have some other sneaky little lore tidbits, and it's what I like to do is do Jaws before you finish Inquisition and take Solus with you.
Hey Angela.
Cool.
Do you mind if I tweet out that we're talking Dragon Age?
Of course.
Okay.
More the merrier. I have broken out the booze. I don't normally drink during the week. I just want you to know. But yeah, I'm
Everyone else good? That might mean spoilers, Froyo. So I'm just warning you.
It's okay. It's fine. I mean, I won't know the context behind them, so.
Okay. Well, we'll do our best.
And Froyo, I swear you're gonna really enjoy it because it's not the same. Even if we sat here and like spoon fed you and told you everything, it won't mean anything till you experience it. I mean, I truly mean that.
Until I make my own choices with it.
Yeah.
Bri. What's your Twitter handle that you made?
It's my gamer tag.
Oh.
Can I invite T? Can I invite
Teresa? Please.
Let's just make it a party in here.
Yeah, I am down. Hey Cam, what's up? Yep, Red Dead won all categories except for Game of the Year. Oh, and art direction. That's right.
I'm expecting a lot of What in Tarnation memes because of that.
Woo! Treadwolf Rises. Yes, it looks like a lot of Elven lore. I'm about it.
I should really pause my game while I'm not playing it.
I don't know why this... I wish my pause... Like, this would go away with the pause. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, I don't mind if things get spoiled, because if they do, I don't know the context behind how I got there.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, I know this, but how did it happen?
Right.
And it just makes me more intrigued on to want to play it.
I'm sorry, DNC. If it makes you feel better, I really feel like they're going to be intrinsically tied with whatever's going on. So I have a feeling that the Descent
If
was
Bull's
just
involved, they'll be physically tied with whatever's
right.
going on.
I feel like Descent was a fucking teaser for what we're about to, the bombshells that are about to get dropped for dwarves.
Dwarves are underground. Bombs wouldn't really be very effective.
Okay, you know what? You know what? What about fire bombs? God damn it! A mage can go down and firebomb that ass.
Volcanic eruptions.
I don't
are
know if he
above
does
ground.
that. I feel like Solus is too
Well,
considerate. I don't know.
magma has to come
Wait, what did I
to
miss?
the crust first.
What?
So guys, I'm also going to be chatting with the chat. So if I'm like talking over you, I'm sorry. I won't try to do that, but I'm going to try to include Twitch chat with us as well, if that's cool.
Sure.
That's fine.
Cool. All right.
I'm also in the chat. I'm posting a alternative to the tambourine imagery if Dorian comes back.
Dorian, my love interest.
Dorian is
Dorian.
amazing. He has to be back in the next one. There's no fucking way he's not.
I knew we're gonna hear from little Shia over there.
Yep, of course.
I miss him. Oh my god, I miss him so much. I'm a bit sad that he was featured. Oh.
Well, it depends. If this is 60 years in the future,
Yeah, you'll be dead.
yeah.
I'll be sadder.
instead, then Dorian would be like old.
Oh, dead.
He's either
Oh,
dead
you
or
know, I don't know if
Ian
they will
McKellen.
do a jump because I feel like that would just
Dorian's so important, though. He needs to be around. I don't think that they will bypass him.
right. He's too important. They set him up too well to be in the next one to not.
He has to be like the future savior.
Right.
Or...
Because then what would be the point of creating, the Lucerni and stuff like that? I mean, I guess you could see their influence in the future, but at the same time, I feel like that'd be kind of a cop-out. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
you've got like one of the best characters, in the game. So you'd be ashamed to like put him on the... If people
DNC.
can bring Solas back in DA4, they have to bring back Dorian.
DNC says...
They don't.
DNC says Dorian about to be the type that won't age.
Oh,
I'm too
definitely.
pretty to die.
Magical Botox Dorian.
Oh God, if there's a time jump though.
Yep.
Oh dear, if there's a time jump.
Yep.
Oh no.
It takes away a lot of the characters that we
Oh, no,
are expecting
no.
in the next. I don't think they will. I mean, it is really
Cole's
interesting.
gonna be around.
Cole's gonna be
Dude.
around. I kept him a spirit for a reason, y'all. That's why.
Yeah.
I made him more
Well,
human. in my
that's an
playthrough.
interesting question though too. If you make him more human, does that mean he'll also age like humans, or how would that impact him?
I think he would be an old man. Oh God.
That's
I think he would
weird
age.
to think about.
Maybe the physical form will age, but in the Fade he won't age.
Yeah.
Right. If he comes back from the Fade, he'll just be our regular little lovely Cole.
He'll look
that he
like
always-
a Force Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here I can make this stuff bigger now. Let's do that.
And Dorian could be alive if he decided to go into the blood magic.
Oh my god, it's the picture of Dorian Gray. He's not gonna age.
About the Illuvians?
Nice one.
He wanted to create the Illuvians to
did?
recreate. I don't know whether that would help.
Huh. I'm really intrigued about this Cole question though now too, because it really, the thing is they created a lot of branches for how things could go depending on certain choices you made in Inquisition. And I mean, that's the case for like Iron Bull as well, because I mean, obviously there's somehow not a majority, but a percentage of people that chose to ignore him or ally with the Qun, which
That was such a
I don't understand
a
at all,
bullshit question.
but-
I can't believe you can
but-
kill him.
I allied
Right.
with the king. Oh my god.
Kick him
said
right
that?
now.
God,
I swear to
destiny.
God, Steph, kick him.
We all. I
Sorry.
have never heard such a huge gasp from three.
To be fair, he hasn't played the other games, so
So he didn't. know.
I give him that.
No, he didn't.
Are
know.
the Coon really that bad?
It's
Oh
not.
my god!
Oh,
Yeah.
sweetie.
That's a very
I mean,
complex question.
I have a lot to learn apparently.
Oh my purse!
You're in the right company to learn.
Okay, good.
We'll give you cookies.
Okay, the
and
Qn is
tissue.
good and bad,
Oh my
as
God,
the
I
word
just had
horny can be
cookies.
good and bad.
Yes, exactly. I guess that works.
Yeah. See, in Dragon Age Origins, if you did play that, there is a series of conversations that you may or may not encounter with banters with Sten, who is the Kunari in your party. I love him, but he is terrifying. And he will actually give us kind of the scoop. He'll let us know, the Kunari do not really believe in alliances or treaties. So when Alistair, if he's hardened and he's going to become king, if Alistair chats with him, he'll say, well, I'm sure I'll be working with you guys because we have an alliance with you. And Sten kind of goes, you don't have an alliance because we don't believe in them. We just haven't chose to come back and conquer you yet. So if you know that when you go into Inquisition and make your choices, that arms you to make maybe a different choice, than you would have made. So because you're sacrificing Bull's family and his loyalty for an alliance that really won't benefit the Inquisition very much. And we know that if we've played all the games.
I'd also like to point out that, considering Sten has cornrows, he may be the real Dread Wolf.
There you go. Dread. Well, also, I love Sten's hair. It's awesome. I always like that. I'm going through the tweets.
Yeah, I'm reposting the tweets on my page.
Oh, that's great.
So nothing gets swamped.
Right.
Usually.
I always feel like when I tweet the team, I can't do it right. I'm either too fawning. I'm all like, I love you all so much. And, and they're all like, okay, get away, you stalker. Or I'm like, and they're...
I always feel bad trying to talk to them, like bothering them or something.
Well, and they're really sweet. So many of them will actually respond and talk and give answers. And my favorite one ever was when we were all chatting late one night and Patrick was chatting with me and a couple of the fans about some stupid thing. And I said something about how much I loved Elfroot. And then Elfroot came on, the guy who actually tweets Elfroot. It's his name. And I said, oh my God, it's Elfroot. And he's like, you rang? And so I'm like, I said, right now I'm running across the field of you to get to you. And Patrick was like, oh, Andrew, well, now you're just encouraging it. It was so funny. It was super cute. That was like the most normal he ever was with us.
Okay.
It was like regular people. Because normally I freak out and I can't say things. So I'm a dork.
I'm updating the title. Let's see.
Oh my God,
whatever, we'll just put that.
I seriously think that my cat is having a seizure because of Solus is going to be my definition for Dragon Age for the rest of my life.
I'm really so happy about that. I can't tell you. Frodo's not as happy about it, but I am. And he's fine, by the way. He's walking around.
Judging.
Oh!
He's the new Dread Wolf.
Dude, check this out. Okay. Napuni just retweeted it and said, Solus containing something bad, 7 seals around it, 7 archdemons. Only 2 are lit up, 5 blights, 2 blights left. Everything is on fire. That's interesting. I was looking at those orbs, and the half circles that are kind of around the circle, and those definitely have significance.
Possibly some kind of end world prophecy.
Well, okay. Okay. Well, one of the things I want to bring up is
good wording there. That's very good word usage there.
What? Did I say something?
No, what Froyo said. What'd you say, Froyo? Say what you said.
Possibly end of the world prophecy.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was giggling.
It's a good one. Well, but also I want to bring out.
I don't get why
that...
he was giggling either. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my
because
god,
I
Brian.
said possibly end the world prophecy. Possibly prophecy.
Right,
Oh.
because the little tambourine rings, there's only 2 lit up and there are 7.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really nice detail. And
significant for sure. Yeah.
well, and the other thing is I want to bring up a conversation that between Solus and Cole, and I just brought this up recently on my blog because I think it's one of the most important moments in the entire game, and it's when Solus mind wipes Cole right in front of everybody. And what he says there is, well, let me go into my it's when he's talking about those who are sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And oh god, I haven't published it yet. Oops. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay. Let me go into my dashboard.
Drunk Dalish early access.
I know, totally. And
DMC.
I'm actually no, I'm not
That's
drunk,
great.
but it would have been funny if I was drunk. You would be getting drunk Dalish drunk. Talking about drunk Dalish. It's almost too cosmic. No. I'm all I'm having is a hard cider, y'all, so it's not like I'm okay. Okay. Meaningful banters all the time. Solus gives himself away. I'm now fast forwarding down to Cole. Okay. He gives himself away a lot. It's my basic point. If you're looking for it, you can see it everywhere.
Yep.
But when he mind wipes Cole, to me, it's the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go scrolling. Boy, I can pick up a lot
Oh shit.
of text.
What the fuck was that?
You okay?
Sorry. Yeah, I don't know what the hell just fell. Whatever.
Okay, so going past the Temple of Mythal.
The veil, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, and he really doesn't like him. Oh, all right, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, and then we have the last date with him. You bastard. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. He hurts, and this is Cole's dialogue. He hurts, an old pain from before when everything sang the same. You're real, and it means everyone could be real. It changes everything, but it can't. They sleep, masked in a mirror, hiding, hurting, and to wake them. And then Solus obviously does something, and he gasps. And he says, "Where did it go?" And Solus says, "I apologize, Cole. That is not a pain you can heal." I think he is trying to protect either, I don't think it's the Evanuris, but it's sort of the top tier. They are sleeping. They are in a permanent Euthenera unless he gets to them.
Cthulhu?
But I also question whether some of the Evanuris may even be involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, it really is, because he does hate killing the archdemons. He really hates it.
Yep, he does, big time. And that's why I like a lot of the dialogue he has with Blackwall if you take them together.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
because he talks about that a lot, especially how Blackwall idolizes the Grey Warden so much, and Solus is just like, you don't even know!
You don't know what they do! Yeah, no, I've got a lot of those.
I love Solus. He's just like, you don't even know! Could you imagine being Solus for a moment? Like, fuck. That'd be rough. I couldn't do it.
Well, and I think here's the thing. I think any black and white thinking is a bummer because I know people hate Solus, and I know they want to punch him, and I know they want to kill him, but it's so much more interesting if you don't. If you just look at him as a person and look at what he's going through. And that's what I've tried to do on my blog. I know I'm a little obsessed, but if you look at him like a person
good way
who tried to do one good thing and then another good thing and then be loyal to his friend, or I don't think they were lovers. Mythal, I think it's more like a mother-son thing.
Yeah, definitely. I see that as well. I'm with you.
Yeah,
on that,
but sure. I think he loved her. I think and everything he tried to do, freeing the slaves, fighting against the tyranny of, when Andrew would go crazy, when Falandine would go crazy, when El Garnan would go crazy. I mean, they were all sort of power mad.
Right.
And so when he finally does what he does, I truly believe that he's out of options. Yes, he wants to punish them, but But and also we should bring up the fact that we don't know anything about the Forgotten Ones at this point, and they've used that interchangeably with the Forbidden Ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're this, because I almost argue sometimes that they are the same. But he did imprison both groups.
That the Forgotten Ones and the Evanurus are the same?
No, the Forgotten Ones and the Forbidden Ones.
The Forgotten Ones were the lizard people on the Deep Roads.
That's one theory. I mean, for sure, they almost seem to me like the Titans that the Evanurus were fighting against, because that was the first Great War.
You could punch him in DAI DNC. You're able to. If you got low enough approval with Solus, you can deck him.
It's a really wimpy punch, to be honest. That's the Frostbite engine rearing its ugly head.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I wonder too, like, if the Forgotten Ones or the Forbidden Ones, maybe they just use those names interchangeably, like you were saying.
Right,
Angela.
like how sometimes it can kind of slip up in between, either
Right.
the writers or the devs, or
Right.
yeah,
it could be referring to the same thing just based off that, for sure.
Well, and it's very interesting. I'm really, God, I can't even believe this. When I started my blog, I was so convinced of, like, there's gonna be a DA4, and I want to be ready. I want to have this whole freaking game, like, nailed down, analyzed. Micro analyzed, and I'm so thrilled right now because it'll still be relevant. You know what I mean? I'm so excited.
I'm not watching it, DNC. I refuse. Sorry. She linked me to punching Solus. I can't do it. I'm fragile when it comes to Solus, okay?
Oh, me too. Me too.
I'm so fragile. I'm just kidding.
So much.
But no, I'm not really. Sorry, continue, Angela. I apologize.
No, I was just babbling. Honestly,
No,
think
you're
I said
good.
it.
No, babble away. This is what this is for right now.
Well, I just I think that I still think it's going to be a supreme irony if he ends up saving the Veil. I know it's not looking good right now. But
I don't know. I'm telling you, that imagery right now, tell me that's not Solus. Tell me that's not him. In the Dreadwolf Rises. Tell me that's not him. So
yeah, it totally is.
So imagine he's at opposing sides. This is why earlier I asked if you thought that maybe the black wolf with the eyes, the 6 red eyes was.
I don't know if it's him. The outfit's too fashionable.
Bitch, play Trespasser, remember?
I don't know about that. It kind of looked like
God, that armor of Trespasser, man.
Oh,
I think he just stole some mythology clothes, Trespasser.
I still have thigh gifs saved in my phone.
he shows up in the moment. See, I kind of think. Okay.
Hi, Hadia. Did I pronounce that right? That's Solus? Okay, yeah, for sure. That's for sure.
I'm really sort of embarrassed to say this, but I actually think that there's something really strangely, hear me out, erotic about Trespasser all the way through, not just the end, because it's like you're if you were involved with him, you're being observed.
Yeah.
And he is literally changing the world to save this one person.
Right.
And so it's extremely cool.
Yeah.
And as you say that, every breath you take by the police starts playing.
I'm not a fan of stalkers, but yeah.
The imagery posed there, when I first saw it, at least, the way I saw it was, I don't know if maybe he's trying to push back the black wolf with the 6 red eyes, but that's initially what I thought when it popped up the first time I watched the trailer. So that's why I asked that question, if you thought that maybe that was an accurate representation of him.
To me, he's pushing away the entity in the idol.
Okay, I see that, but because there's several circles around it.
Right. And by the way, I know this, if it helps. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to keep babbling.
No, please.
Circles are a symbol of the Fade.
Gotcha.
Circles are
That's right.
an actual symbol of the Fade.
I remember.
And interleaved circles are also symbols of the Fade. And if you look at Solus original tarot, you will see similar images from this on his tarot.
Yep, because I have that as a shirt. And I have the tower as a shirt too, where you got the wolf
so
over
it's
him
both
at the
tarots.
Alluvian. Right. Yep.
I also think it's very interesting if you go back to the beginning of this reveal, I know, of the teaser. At first it looks like the sun is coming up over the mountains, like we're in, you know, we're seeing Thetis, or you know what I mean? And it's a beautiful slow reveal when we realize we're looking at the statue. I think that's deliberate, because whatever
I love that, yeah.
It's going to be it's a world situation.
So let's talk about that statue for a second, actually. So obviously when it first was showing up, I was all like, oh my god, Andraste, because I felt like there were similar images of Andraste in the Sacred Ashes mission in Origins.
Yes.
But it's also posed as Meredith, like it was all around in Dragon Age 2 with Meredith, and obviously the idol shows it. But then remember we had that discussion about the fact that the idol has the same imagery from the final scene in Inquisition, which I won't reveal, but it contrasts that greatly. And so now, you know, it could potentially be, you know, Mythal, I guess, in the idol. So what is your thoughts on that?
I don't know. Oh, sorry, Brian. Go.
Real quick. I'm just kind of looking closer at the fresco, and I might be misremembering this, but it kind of looks like the same like headdress thing that that Flemethal wore.
Yeah.
But
I think we pointed that out.
Yeah, so what I was saying, I forgot I was talking to Angela a while ago. Somebody was theorizing that the lyrium idol, the red lyrium idol from Dragon Age 2, which is shown here in the middle of the circle, that it was the scene at the end of Dragon Age Inquisition when Mythal and the Dread Wolf, you know, talk or whatever. I'm not saying more than that. But, and then, you know, at the end, caressing, that's kind of the same imagery there. And so the reason why they were saying that was because the headdress was extremely similar to Mythal's. So, let me see, actually, let me pull that scene up. Froyo, if you're looking at the screen, don't.
I'm, like, hardly paying attention, so it's okay.
Good. Okay. Okay, so
I'm like in the middle of trying to escape a bunker in Far Cry 5, so
let's see what comes up here. Yes, right here. So it's very similar imagery. Like you can see here. Let me how do I?
I'm forcing myself not to turn and look.
Dang it. All right, whatever. So yeah, you can see, actually, I am going to do it. Fuck it. No, that didn't work. Hold the phone. You guys get to see my background now. On my computers. Okay. So let's compare. Pull this out. All right. It's as big as I'm going to get it. Let me pull this up. Please don't take me to some weird... Oh, it's Fundamentals. Cool. I think this might be from...
That's what she said.
If that's your blog. Oh, Headdress, thank you so much for the follow. I was like, what? Huh? Oh my gosh, Angela, it pulled up your fucking post. I click on a picture and it pulls up your post. That's great. Okay. Let's see. There we go. All right, there's the picture. So if you look, you've got the headdress. It's like very similar. You've got the body kind of caressing the outside, which is, you know, if you were to flip the image of Solus, and Mythal, then you know, you get the same image as the idol, though a lot more dreadful,
defined.
A lot more solemn. Yeah, it's got two heads, right? So there's a body that's like caressing this one, and it's very similar to this scene. And I wonder if I can get it to flip. Oh, boom! Ha! Damn it, I didn't want to open the link. I wanted to open the image. Here we go. There we go. Let me see if I can get a better... Where's my screenshotter at? Dang it. Jing, where are you? There we go. I know it's already running, goddammit. But where is it running? That's my problem. Oh, there it is. It just popped up. You freak. Okay.
Excellent.
Let's... Save. Can we go to desktop, please? Save. Alright. We're about to do this. Dang it! There we go. Pull this up. We're gonna mega zoom. Yes. That's why it's so intriguing, because it can be something that has occurred before. Okay. It's kind of blurry, sorry. But if you look, you've got the same headdress. You've got the head. Look at that. Tell me that's not it.
What am I looking at?
A comparison of the two.
Where is it? I don't see it.
Oh, on my stream.
On stream.
Where should I go? Am I in the wrong place?
Hold on. Boom. Did I put the right link?
Oh, okay. I needed to be on your stream. Okay, thank you, Steph.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, you're good.
Go back to Twitch because I had closed it out. Okay.
Right. So Jen, there is a lot of speculation that we don't know 100% about. That's why it's intriguing that the imagery was so similar. And as Angela was stating earlier, circles are very representative of the Fade. And if you look at the idol, there's, you know, obviously it's circular.
Oh, I love that. I see. God, now see, I've been missing. I didn't get it. Okay, I got it.
It's all good.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's
upset over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to bring up a couple other interesting similarities here.
Sure.
I think that obviously the Lyrium idol, one of the things that it's supposed to represent is Andraste,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of post-death Andraste, pre-Ash Andraste.
Uh-huh.
And it's very strongly evocative of what we find at the Temple of Sacred Ashes too, when we literally our first days as the Inquisitor. Remember, we're being like literally led right through the carnage,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like one of the figures. I think that has to be deliberate, even if it's just a stylistic reference or a vague echo.
No, that is very relevant. I agree, and I think that the flames are extremely.
Because she's in agony, you know. She's kind of. I mean, the image is a really grim, dark image.
Yeah.
Let's
see.
And then because I did the timeline recently, you know, we still have some questions about Andraste that I really wish we could have answered. I mean, I know that they're not going to. Like, for instance, what happened with her sister that died? Was that when she became a mage and she inadvertently killed her?
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Did she incinerate her sister, by the way? That would be interesting.
That would be... You're talking about Andraste, right? Because she,
yes,
takes her... She takes her to,
there's-
the woods or whatever.
Yeah, there's a
to
period
hide.
Exactly. There was a period in A World of Thedas where they described the fact that Andraste's childhood is sort of shrouded in mystery,
Mm-hmm.
and that at one point her strange younger sister, they went into the woods and only Andraste came out, and her sister died. And
Okay, I remember that story. Right. Okay.
Yeah, and this is why I think Andraste was a mage.
Mm-hmm.
I also think she may have killed her sister inadvertently when her powers manifested, which would be interesting, especially.
And it would be a good catalyst for the whole let's control them sort of. I don't know.
Well, and it's so horrible when you think about it, because what Andraste was, by all accounts, a genuinely good person, and yet she ends up creating the Chantry, which is one of the most destructive things I can think of across Thedas.
Right.
I mean, it's just what it does is I can't think of anything good that it does. I mean, yes, there are decent people who help the poor, just as with any, but in terms of when I was building the timeline and going through each event and what the Chantry does, it's stunning. There's just so much violence after violence after violence.
Right. Is that a head in her arms?
Yes.
Yes. So if you look in this area right here,
there's a grinning skull.
That's like the body. Holding. So yeah, that's somebody's back. That's a spine, arms. There's the head of the second body, ribs, arm, kind of going around it.
I'm actually looking at the ring.
You said a dragon wrapped around it. Okay.
The ring in the back almost looks like an Ouroboros.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Is that known, or is that here?
That's a really good point, by the way. Both Brian and Jen Pants.
Yeah. That's interesting, because look, this looks like it could be like an extra tail or something coming up.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at mostly, because the rest of it's a little bit too just kind of fadey.
We see a lot of these wavy lines imagery in Trespasser as well.
And also remember, circle fade.
Yep. Yeah, let me pull
Maybe
up.
it's just signifying more that it's...
No, not that. Wait, yeah,
Elven.
It's this one. Let's see.
Question.
Yes.
Oh my god, I just had a thought.
Uh-huh.
It seems like the video wants us to think that the statue is breaking apart or disintegrating. It's like heating from within, almost like the red
because
lyrium.
it started lighting up
right
on one of the parts.
Okay.
What if it's a resurrection, not a destruction?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Or it's just getting really hot. I mean, voice of reason here.
Okay,
Yeah,
question.
totally.
Are you guys... Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me... I'll make my face
Also,
a lot
who is
smaller.
she holding?
There we
Whose
go.
body? If that is Andraste, whose body is that? It's not Mavarath. It could be. Well, and we know it's not her little what do you call it? Her elven guy. I can't think of it, but you know who I'm talking about because he was still alive.
So, in this mural that we see in Trespasser, I mean, obviously this is what we know. This, I think I've heard be theorized that it's like the foci.
Oh,
yes,
I see that. I'm saying dwarves immediately. Titans.
So then, if you're looking at this, look at the
dead titan. Yeah,
so
I agree.
Could the symbol possibly mean foci? And then if you look at the trailer imagery of the circle, oh crap.
Going by my Pokemon knowledge, I think that means it's a cold type.
It has the same it's
Half
obviously a half
of
circle,
the symbol.
but it's got the symbol in
Right.
it. So
because
that can be
all of those Evanurus, right, the only two archdemons remain.
Right, so it's indicative of Evanurus then.
But why do we know that there's only 2 archdemons? Was it because 7 mages went into the Black City?
No, because 5 of them died.
Yeah, they have a timeline of every blight that has occurred in Thetis. And so the one that, in Origins, the one that you fight is Uthemiel, right?
Yeah, it's Uthemiel.
So you fight Uthemiel, and Uthemiel is the 5th archdemon out of 7. So there's 2 archdemons left. That we know of course.
But how do we know there's 7?
I need to pull up my timeline.
Because of history and because... Oh, that's actually a good question. Wait, how do we know there's 7? How do they know that there are more archdemons? Potential archdemons. That's
because aren't the archdemons the magisters who went into the Black City?
No. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to throw that out there. Okay.
I mean, we're kind of trusting their ability to do a proper head count before they open the Black City.
No, because I can answer this for sure. Hold on, let me get to Seth. Sethius Amladris. Okay.
The Maker's body? Ooh. Intense.
Sethius, that's the guy who becomes Corypheus. He leads them into the Black City in 395, minus 395 ancient. See, and then Dumont appears when I know that Dumont appears when Andraste either is born. Dumont dies and Andraste is born. That's the progression.
And Dumont was the first to be slain, right?
I think so. That's what I'm checking right now.
Okay.
First or blah 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 blah. So they worship Dumont before he appears, because let me find out when he actually. Right, first blight. Hold on.
Do you have your World of Thetis pulled out? Should I pull mine out?
No, I've got my timeline up because I went through.
Oh, right. Yeah, your blog.
By page, and so I've got everything here. The first blight began in minus 395 ancient.
Bam.
That is when the Magisters went into the Black City. I'm one of those who does not think that the Magisters are the same as the Archdemons. I actually also don't believe they brought back the Blight. I think the Blight has existed since Andruil went into the Void, and then Mythal defeated her, and then hid the corrupted Titan that was created by killing it and burying it deep below the deep roads.
Yeah, so there's a lot of theory out there that perhaps the Evanuris are the old gods, that they kind of intersect, but I think there definitely is a separation. The Magisters were Darkspawn. Yeah, I think the theory right now is the Magisters are now the Architects, right?
Yeah, possibly, for sure.
Yeah, and that's a theory, though, too.
Yeah, and there are a lot of really good ones out there.
Yeah.
You know, so,
right.
I can't wait to
stop saying that.
on so many things. I'll be like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, no, sorry. Because I was just reading what Jen was saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that there's a lot of theory that the Evanuris and the old gods, which then are considered to be archdemons when blighted, are similar, but I don't think... That right now is just theory. We don't know 100%. Personally, okay. I don't think they are. I think they're separate.
Wait, I have an idea.
Okay.
It's because of Brian. Thank you, Brian. There
you go.
Okay, when Solus put up the veil, if it split many, many things and people at that moment, if Solus was split into being the Dreadwolf and Solus, and I do think that he has a Dreadwolf persona, he actually, I mean, come on, he even says we all have a face we wish to show and one we do not. I believe that the Dreadwolf is the face he doesn't wish to show. I also think that's what he implies in the conversation in Trespasser when he says, I wouldn't want you to see what I become. I think he's being literal there. I actually think he's saying you wouldn't want to see what this other side of me.
Solus is a werewolf. We figured it out.
But what you made me think about is, so the veil goes up, the Fade is split from the real world, and what if the Evanuris are in fact imprisoned in the Fade, or in whatever manner their spirit forms are still imprisoned, but their physical selves may be split off into the archdemon presences, and then that way you can have your cake and eat it too. You can kill an archdemon.
My brains just literally got blown. That is intense. That when
they kill an archdemon, they release their physical form?
Right, and so every time they kill an archdemon, they may very well be releasing one of the Evanuris.
Okay, so then with Kieran... Oh my god, that's crazy! I'm sorry, my brain, my brain is wheels going.
Could that be why we have the picture of the three red eyes?
Right, the pride demon eyes on the Dread Wolf. Jen, that's a good question.
That he's angry that they're releasing that they're undoing what he's done.
But those are also pride demon eyes, and pride is the name that he's taken on. I don't believe it was always his name.
Yeah. Solus means pride, so he took that name to represent that.
And I think he took it in a good and an evil way. Yeah. I think he took the name on as something that he has to bear as knowing that he did evil when he tried to do good, basically.
Yeah.
I want to answer Jen.
Sure.
Mythal could turn into a dragon, but so could all of the Evanuris. It's deep within the lore, but if you go in, it's implied that the form of the gods, as they called it, was the dragon form. And in one of the lore entries, that is, you only hear it if you drank from the well, and you only hear it if you find it and wherever it is, and then you had already drunk from the well. But there is a direct reference to the fact that it was actually Gillenane who goaded a follower of Dirthamen. Sorry, I'm getting super geeky here.
No, I love it.
Goaded a follower of Dirthamen into taking on the dragon form, and then he was found. It's implied that it may even have been an attack, like preface to an attack on Mythal, but Mythal sentences him and has no mercy on him at all. And it's one of the few times that she is merciless, because she is genuinely a pretty loving, kind ruler. I think I talked about this in one of my blog posts. I'll try to find it. You did.
I'm trying to find which one it was.
I think it was the one on the Evanuris, not the Dalish one, but the other one.
Do you know what month you did it, so I can check in the month?
Can find it. Yeah, it's up toward the. Let me see.
I went back.
It's under Meet the Evanuris. It's about 10 down from the top on the right hand side. I'll link to it.
Okay. Oh, boom! That's easier. Okay.
But it's a really fun implication. So basically the implication is that this person sinned against the gods by taking the dragon shape that only the Evanuris are allowed to appear in. So it implies right there that it is not just Mythal, but that they all could do it.
Yes. I think she was implying that if all the Evanuris could shapeshift into dragons, then that could potentially explain them being the archdemons, because
physical right, and so they would be physically trapped in two ways. They'd be metaphysically trapped in the Fade and physically trapped in the real world, and then inadvertently freed by the Darkspawn, which were created in fact by I believe Andruil, the Blight. Even Mythal tried to stop it, but all she could do was sort of delay it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that ties in with the Red Lyrium. It ties in with the mysteries of the Titans. It ties in with why the dwarves were kind of muffled by, I don't know, they weren't quite enslaved, but they were definitely mistreated by the Evanuris and by the ancient elves. And
hustled.
Yeah.
Yep. This is the blog post. Yeah, it's the divine shape. So.
How come you don't come out and see me? Are you afraid of the fire?
That was adorable.
Adorable. So it's interesting going back to what we're finding out in this new trailer, in this new teaser.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really fun stuff, and of course we haven't even talked about the whole idea. For instance, so many people believe that Andraste may have actually been inhabited by Mythal,
mm-hmm.
or had a wisp, or was she hearing Solus, or was she hearing? I kind of believe that what's his name, little Elfie Pants Awesomeness. Let me find his name. Who is that guy? I love him to death, and I'm just blanking on his name.
Elfie Pants Awesomeness. I need more to go on. Shartan. Yeah.
The
okay.
companion of Andraste, who may or may not have also been her lover.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Solus. I believe that throughout the ages, while Solus slept in Euthenera, he was also able to walk within humans, and I believe he walked within Shartan during that period.
Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt for a moment. That tweet I read earlier where the girl was screaming, she said, "The Dreadwolf rises, Solus, I'm going to personally find you and kick your ass, then eat your ass, then sit on your face and kick your ass again." Patrick replied to it and said, "So Patrick, how would you describe Dragon Age fandom?" Hang on, I've got a tweet for that. That's beautiful. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
No, it is. It's a thing of beauty. It's basically everything ever that people feel about Solus. Yeah. Yep. It was a good one. But yeah, and also this gets into some really deep stuff, and this is what I geek out about. This is why I do my freaking blog, because look at all the lore we're bringing into just this 30 seconds that we get. And And look at the fact that, for instance, I haven't even brought up the fact that Shartan's images directly echo Solas's original tarot. Both of them include images that you're seeing in the Fade image and in the fresco here, including the images of the foci. And if you look at the foci, each one of the Avaneris had their own, and it was sort of sacred to them. So they have all gone dark except for 2 now. And what's interesting is Solas's is also dark.
Yep. Let me pull that up, big style. Damn it! I didn't fucking download right. Stupid thing. This computer drives me crazy sometimes. Okay. Whoops. We don't want to see that. Thank you. I know. I'm a little obsessed as well. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm gonna blast your Twitter right now. Dang it! Where is it? There it is. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's pull this up. Alright. Let's zoom. There we go. Boom. Big picture of it. Dang it! I'm bad at technology.
You're doing fine.
There we go. I just heard me say dang it.
That was probably my end, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I just thought it was funny. Okay. But yeah, no, I love this freaking picture. I low-key changed I low-key updated the group pages cover photo with this.
Oh my god, that's great. Oh, that's so evil. I love it.
Someone ninja commented though before I could turn commenting off. I was like, damn it. I had to delete the comment. I felt bad.
Well, and it's pretty interesting that he is standing in literal flames, and one of the things he talks about is burning in the raw chaos.
Yep.
You know,
he does. He talks about that. I want to say someone was mentioning something about. I don't know if they were referring to the idol. If they were referring to the idol, they might not know that that was the idol. But I felt like they might have said something about the flames. Like, I didn't really see anything when I zoomed in, but dang it, that's as far as we can go.
Agree with the sparks.
Yeah, I think they were seeing stuff like in the background though, like maybe there's people back there or this area. I don't know. It's definitely flames to me. They reaching, I know, but
no, I think those are
that's
flames.
what we do. Yeah, I think so too. But I think they were seeing something else. Like
somebody's hot pocket really overdone.
What do you think? What do you think about this orb around him? And obviously his hand reaches just to the outer edge here.
Well, I'm intrigued by several elements here right now. I'm intrigued by his staff.
Yes. Okay, I was looking at that too.
And I believe it's a callback to a staff that we see him with elsewhere. I don't think it's the same staff necessarily, but it's, something maybe he conjures. I don't know.
I think it's the staff that's in that tarot card with the circles.
Right. Thank you. That's the one.
So.
Thank you. That's the one.
I'm like, I go look in my closet real quick.
No, I couldn't think of it. No. This is great. Okay, hold on. So, hold on.
I'm pretty sure. Here, I'll pull that up.
No, you're right. You're absolutely 1000% right. Tarot.
Yep. Similar.
About his tarots.
It's similar. I don't know if it's 100% the same.
It looks pretty darn similar here. Although in the tarot, it is a little more Hala-like to me.
Yeah.
I always think it looks like a Hala head.
Okay. Oh, it does right there. Yeah. I see that.
Yeah, I want to pull up a full zoom in on this image. Because I'm working on a post about the tarots because there's a lot hidden in them, and
this kind of looks like it's a bigger version of his staff from the tarot.
Yeah,
it does.
There's definitely
there's an extra bit.
Do you think this is part of like the staff, or do you think this is something like hanging off of it that's kind of just like fluttering?
I almost thought it was like cloth or something that was blowing in the wind.
Okay.
Oh, ember, but they're like embers. The other thing I would bring up about his staff is that if it is the same staff, it has been burned.
Oh,
it's
there we go.
Black. It's black now.
Hold on. Cam brought up. Are you talking about these? Like, oh god damn it, go away. These right here? Is that what you're referring to? Or are you talking about these like triangles.
Am I talking about which thing?
3 red sparks. No, Cam in chat was mentioning in this mural
above
that
the tree line.
There were the 3 sparks up here. And maybe they were significant.
Well, and those branches are actually significant because they're actually reminding me of something as well.
Oh, here's those waves. Okay, so here, dang it. Let me bring up that idol picture again really quick. So those waves are represented on the idol too. If you look closely, I don't know if the rest of okay. So you've got this is difficult. Hold on.
I've got a post that's in progress on his tarot.
Okay.
Because there's so much there. And if you open up Chartan's, I'll share something on Chartan as well.
I see. Okay, so there's the 3 stars that are kind of surrounding that circle in the middle, which...
Well, there are 7 around Solus. Do you see that?
I count 9.
9 stars? Yeah, I see 9 stars.
Where are 9 stars?
There's
3. It's 3 left, 3 right, 3 top.
Yeah, there's 3
Yeah.
right here.
I just see
One of them's
on the
just
right.
hidden within the staff.
Yep, they're hidden.
There's 2 definitely
There's
there.
9. Oh wait, but there's more here though too. Look, like those are stars.
Yeah, but it's 3,
That's what they were saying. Yeah, I didn't see that.
So that would be 12. If there was, if you
those
assume
on
there
the
was,
bottom, I don't know what those.
those are
I don't think
definitely.
the ones on the bottom are stars. They
These?
could be though.
I think they are.
I don't think so.
I wish I could zoom more. Dang it!
Let me find Chartan. Because Chartan has some of the same imagery, and it's got to be deliberate. He's in the same pose.
Dang it. There we go. I think like these waves right here. It was also in the Oh, I don't have it open anymore. Dang it. Where is it? I keep saying dang it. Shut up, Steph. Good God. I think I only had it up on here. Are you doing all 3 of his tarots?
Yeah, I've got a post in progress on all 3 of his tarots and what they mean. And what's interesting to me, I will point out, and this is the brilliance of BioWare because I love them so much and they're so brilliant, is the fact that the tarots actually mean something in terms of their symbology within
Steph,
Dragon
if you
Age.
right click on,
They mean something within Dragon Age, but the tarots that each of these actually is taken from also add meaning as well. So the fact that Solus's final card is the Tower, within the tarot itself, the Tower has a specific meaning. So each one of these has 2 completely different meanings layered on top of each other. The Tower is a card about death and endings and beginnings and all sorts of stuff. And the fact that Solus's final card is the Tower, again, that has, specific implications, as are the images that are included in it, and all. It's amazing. It's just
my tarot shirt with this on it is like my favorite thing ever. Just putting that out there. I love it. I love the Tower card already. It's my favorite because it also is representative of my favorite.
And one of the potential meanings for his romance card is the Fool. A lot of people don't think it's the Fool, but I believe that's the meaning of that card. I mean, and it's very, very telling.
One?
His romance card.
Yeah, this one, the middle one.
Yeah, the Fool, and I think that's deliberate because it's when he's fooling himself that he can, in fact, live a happy life and fall in love and be with someone.
I think I read somewhere it's supposed to be the hero font.
Yeah, but I'm arguing
right?
with that. I would actually,
There's a couple
I've seen that
different
as
ways
well.
to say it.
I just think that it's possible for them to have more than one meaning.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's also echoing deliberately back to the Fool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I thought you said it right, by the way.
Hero font? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so intrigued. I need all this.
The only other way I could think of would be like hieroglyph because HEI.
Right,
Yeah.
hierophant. Yeah, I don't know.
Dang it, why won't this close? Whatever.
I famously say a million things wrong, so like in college I had a passionate argument about the fact that misled and misled were two different words. So embarrassed. I thought it was misled.
Misled?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I mean, the L could be an I. What the heck? Why'd they all close just now? Stupid. Whatever. My computer's being a butt.
Let me try,
Yeah, I find it interesting the similarities between the staffs. Let me zoom on this again. It's very similar for sure. I agree, Hadia. I'm finger crossing for redemption as well. For not playing Quizzy. I know, I'm gonna be really sad to leave my Inquisitor behind. I have never felt so strongly for a freaking protagonist before. Like, I love my Warden and my Hawk, don't get me wrong, but my Inquisitor was like my heart.
Yeah, and I know that people feel very differently and very strongly about that, and I talked about that in my video as well. Because to me, my Inquisitor was the first character that I got to create myself completely 100%.
Yeah.
So to this day, she really means something to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is the, can I share a picture?
Yeah. Yep. I don't have links disabled, so.
But I can't share the actual picture. I can just share the link.
If you have screen sharing, you can do screen share, and I can pull that up.
I'll just I'll just send you over to the.
Oh wait, you can post a picture in here in Discord, and then I can pull that up.
Okay,
that
try
works.
that.
Yeah, I think though, Hadia, personally, I mean, obviously I'm not the devs, but I feel like they understand that there's such a contrast between players. Like, there are so many people that are on the redemption side and so many people that are on the not redemption side that it would be kind of ridiculous to not give him one. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But I don't know what the next game entails either. Maybe it's like you said, he's, past that line. But I don't know.
Well, but also...
In San Francisco, we might have to share a bed.
Okay.
Also, why would they give us the choice to kill or redeem if we won't have the choice to kill or redeem?
Right, exactly. I definitely think so. If you really listen to the trailer too, I think that all right, let me open. Bam, there it is. Oops. So that's Shartan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
the pose is very, very evocative. Look at, it's eerily.
Hey, look, it's Solus. It's the same outfit.
They look like almost similar.
Yep.
It's got to be deliberate to me. And look at the pose. Look at the placement of the hands. The fact that Solus,
the hood,
and he's presented almost like like an apostle. Which, take two, apostate, right? But he looks like an apostle. It looks like a religious image.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm trying to see, because this just looks like a belt buckle, huh? I think I'm going too into it. I'm like, that's kind of like a key.
We're going too far down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. I'm like, there's a key there. Stupid.
The rabbit hole went this far, we're digging it further.
Yeah.
Well, but, but in the symbolism between the two images, I don't think it's an accident that Shartan holds a key and Solus holds a flame. Mm-hmm. And for him, a flame is a key. He has magic. He has, whatever you want to call it. He, that's his key. And of course, he does end up controlling the Illuvians.
The more I know.
So let me ask you this, and this is going past kind of the topic of the next game, but I'm curious, Angela, and I know you said you're writing a post about it, but I'm curious about what your ideas are for the symbology of the circles and the icons within. So you've got the waves, you've got the crescent, you've got the kind of like
sun.
A sun, and then the dots.
I've got notes on that, so if you will bear with me for a second, let me pull up my post because
Please,
it's been a while since I looked at that one.
Yeah, and guys, if you're not following, if you don't have Angela on Twitter, it's twitter.com/drunkdalish. And you also
thank you, anybody. Pressure.
You need to also check out her freaking blog because, damn it, that's not what I wanted to do.
Well, thank you very much, and
you need to read her stuff.
I hope you enjoy it. All right,
mind blowing.
I'm gonna jump in, so you guys just like have fun, and I'll be back.
So there's some of this stuff too. Like, I don't know if you guys listen or watch Gil Dirthalin's videos on YouTube, but I highly recommend checking her out. Yeah, she has some really awesome lore videos. I've watched, I would probably say all of them. There she is. She's got a ton. So let me pull up her channel and plug her here. She also does a podcast, but yeah, she's got all kinds of stuff. So here are her lore stuff. She also does codexes. She records all the codexes.
She does a wonderful job with the codices. She really does.
Yeah, and she did. I don't know if it was the Void. There was one video where she went in depth into discussing this picture. And there's a lot of symbology in this picture as well. And there was there's another mural too that has similar symbology to the icons on this tarot, but I don't know.
I think that's absolutely 100% a Titan, of course, and that we're the death of a Titan.
Right, in this one, right.
But at the hands of what?
Well, we actually know from the codices, we know of 2 instances of the death of a Titan for absolute certainty. Number 1, we know that Mythal kills a Titan. Again, I have theories about why and the whole thing, and it's, of course, because Mythal was a benevolent figure, I think there had to be a reason. We also know that Elgarnan also kills a Titan, and then in fact carves onto its body for his own monument. So it's kind of obscene. He's actually, he's treating it like a trophy. In terms of Solus and Shartan, I want to bring up the fact that during Origins, during the Test of Faith quest, Shartan's riddle is, I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong. Hold on, in this place I belong, that belongs also to me. The answer is home. I absolutely think that they evoke that with Solus in Trespasser several ways. I don't think it's an accident. But let me go down to the symbol. My notes on this.
My mind is just running right now with all these thoughts. Like, oh god.
We're going so far down the rabbit hole.
I'm telling you, though, that's Dragon Age. Dragon Age is in the rabbit hole, I'm telling you.
It really is. You can live there, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some good stuff. It really does. Love that about it. That was one of the things I was saying in my, my little tribute video, is when I was a little kid, I was the one who was writing in Elven and Dwarvish runes and trying to speak Sindarin and, so Dragon Age gives me all of that because it really is so rich and there's so much you can find, and it's just awesome. All right, so that wasn't what I thought it was. I've got a bunch of different posts in progress, and thank you for bearing with me.
Yeah.
Angels, demons.
By the looks of the mural with the death of a Titan, it almost looks like... Well, it looks like it was cut in half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it also looks like it came from the inside with how the middle symbol is.
You need to play the
like
Descent.
Something exploded out of it.
You've got so much to play,
guessing.
Froyo.
I know. Is the Descent a DLC?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Inquisition has 3 DLC. There's the Descent, which is basically about like dwarven stuff. Then you've got Jaws of Hakon, which is about the Avar, and then you've got Trespasser. Yeah, the Avar are like a sect of humans that are kind of. Are they chastened?
No, I thought the Chastened were offshoots.
They're a difference.
They're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
there's a difference between them.
Gotcha. So yeah, they're like an offshoot of humans that kind of live separately from. I guess you could say they're the Dalish version of city elves. But for humans, they kind of live off, in their own little holds and stuff like that. So that's Jaws of Hakon, and then there's Trespasser, which is the true, what I like to call the true ending for Inquisition. And Inquisition or Trespasser takes place 2 years after the end of Inquisition.
Okay.
Guess what I just found, Steph?
What? Spoilers?
I just found the Dragon Age Inquisition Game of the Year edition for $10.
I'm telling you. And that comes with all DLC.
It does.
I found the answer, Steph. Thank you for waiting for me on the tarot card in the circles.
Yeah.
The symbols that Solus is carrying. They appear to correspond to the different aspects of magic.
Okay.
And also they also fall back. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just saying water because you said the things of magic.
Yeah, elements. Well, first of all, I think that they hearken deliberately back to specific elements for sure. And then let me jump back into. I have so many pictures open right now. And then
the one that looks like the sun could be fire.
Right. And they're also pentacles in terms of tarot lore. They are pentacles. So everything on these has a double meaning. I know that those actually represent repressed debts and desires that one seeks to rectify or pay back in the future. That's pentacles.
And that makes a lot of damn sense.
Yeah. And they represent secrets held that drive one forward and encourage you from a place within your own mind. The symbol on the bottom right has lines representative of the Valisline being removed. If you go back to the other mosaics, especially in Trespasser, remember when he's removing the Valislines of the elves?
Mm-hmm.
And those wavy lines connect Solus to the... So it's enchantment. It could be argued that it's removal of enchantment.
Okay.
It also might symbolize water. But they are identical to the wavy lines on that mural.
Okay.
Go in there. Sorry, I'm probably like way too...
I feel like, okay, so it was it this mural?
Hey guys, I gotta take off to do some work on this paper, but
Alright, Brian.
Yeah.
Yay, thank you so much for hanging out. It was awesome.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks, Brian.
Traveling down the rabbit hole together.
Hey.
We're stuck in this together now. There ain't no escape.
There's another freaking mural. Hold on, I gotta pull it up. I feel like 100 things open right now. I need to delete all these. Okay. Dang it. What did that do? Oh, that's good. I keep saying dang it. I feel like I'm like a broken record over here.
Well, and one of the other cool things with Solus and with these murals, and which may tie into what we're seeing now with this new one, is the use of the wolf image, and each one of them changes. You know, like in the romanced card, the wolf.
Oh, this is the one I wanted.
And the wolf isn't scary. It isn't harmful. It's white and fluffy. It's got red eyes. You know, because the fate is still there, but it's domesticated.
Right.
But then in the tower in the final card, it's out of control. I believe it's Solus returning to his true self. He couldn't avoid it.
So here are those waves. This is the one I wanted to pull up. The waves are here.
Let me find the other one. It's the one from where he's removing the Valisline. So I can pull that up. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. I had that one up too briefly.
Is it just the waves, or is there numbers? Oh no, so it is both waves. blue and yellow. But could the waves just be there? Could it be the actual color themselves?
See, here it is. I've got it. Lifting the
Blue.
Valicine.
Like blue signifying water,
Totally.
yellow signifying sun, signifying fire.
Oh, I see. I see what you're talking about now. Coming from his hands, right? Or is that coming off their face? That's coming off their face.
It's coming off their face. I want to point out too that when he takes the Valicine off of us, the light is blue.
Okay. Interesting. Where's that picture?
What is the Valicine?
It's the tattoos on the Dalish elves' faces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when a Dalish elf has like the like colorful symbols.
Mine has tattoos on his face.
Yeah, so that's the Valicine. That's when we say Valicine, that's what we're referring to.
Okay.
Just pulling up that image now. Here we go. I'm going to share it in Discord so you can...
Okay. Yes.
If you zoom in...
Yes. That might be better quality than this one I have pulled up. Let me...
See the blue wavy lines?
Yes.
And then the orb image to the left.
Mm-hmm, the foci. I see that. That's interesting. That imagery right there of the waves, I didn't catch that the first time I've seen that. The first few times I've seen that.
What's a foci? Sorry, I'm like a complete noob right now.
When you're talking to Solus during the events, he brings up an orb to recover. He's referring to the foci. So when he's talking about recovering that orb is what is called a foci. And this is basically what it looks like.
And he's not telling us everything by any means when he does talk to us about it.
Nothing. He's just
like
the
after
orb,
Haven.
it is Elven. So, oh god. Oh god.
What? Oh, Jesus. So, essentially, the orb, like, the one that Corypheus had then?
Yes, well, the one that Corypheus had actually belonged to one of the Evanuris. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, yeah, it belonged to one of the Evanuris. That works.
It is an ancient orb that carries the power of the being that it served, and each one of them had their own.
So that could mean that there's however many elven gods there was that many foci then.
Right.
Yep.
But only that one has been found.
Right.
As far as we know.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. See, I'm not completely useless.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Are these those triangles that are similar to the ones on...
They do look similar.
Look at the back of the Dreadwolf here and look on the new fresco. Those appear on him on the new fresco. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah. Oh, shit.
He's wearing that robe. Only this time oh my god. It's on his front.
Do you see that? It's reversed.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't deal with this right now.
I'm sorry, I was so excited when I know it. Look.
I'm freaking out again, guys. But look, I don't know, I felt like that was these little... Cam kept saying something about a map, a part of a map in the top left. Are you talking about this? Cam, I don't even know if you're still here, Cam, but are you talking about this picture, the new one?
I don't see anything about a map in there.
Yeah, it doesn't look... To me, I'm not seeing anything, but I'm sure... Why does it keep doing that? Dang it.
I just love that BioWare knows just how much to give us here. because
To make us freak out.
we are going to go through every tiny little. Oh, let's take this opportunity to take a closer look at the image of Andraste, or of the idol in the middle of that circle. I want to see if it's different. We should look at that. If you pan over, is it different than the actual idol that we because that's
Delirium,
a picture of it. Can we see what she's holding? Does it look any? You know what I mean? I mean, it's got all
there doesn't seem to be a person there, really. Well, actually, no, never mind. I see it now. Yeah, I just started looking at it and I can see the spine.
Yeah, she's cradling someone's body. It looks to me like. Yeah, man. So interested in this.
Yeah, right, DNC? DNC said, I love how a minute of nothing plus like 5 words has broken the fandom.
Well, you guys already know that I can do like 10,000 words on one emphasized phrase by Gareth David Lloyd or Freddie Prinze Jr., so
yep.
Like,
but
said it like
that's how much meaning is in these, though. Like, people don't realize
if the cracks in the painting and where they're located mean something.
Right.
Because this is every detail in this new painting means something.
Yes, it does.
Because I'm convinced that,
This one up. Yeah, they're pretty much the same, exact fucking same. Look at that shit.
I saw it and they look pretty much similar.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too.
They're almost exact. You've got the...
I mean, obviously there's more features in it, but that's probably because it was more computer generated than the original.
Well, let's see. I'm going to see if I can do this better to make it more... Let me pull up GIMP.
Now, Solas's cape in the new Fresco is furry. He's actually he may even be wearing like a like the I mean, look at your Napuni image.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of, I think, a step beyond that.
Yeah.
He seems to have the ruff of wolf fur around like his entire upper body in the image. Like he's closer to being the Dread Wolf. Like if you look at it symbolically, he's evolving. He's becoming the wolf.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Why is the canvas for that so little? That's not right.
Also, there are 7 lines in each of the little foci representations.
Dang it, I have the wrong one.
I mean, they're hidden, but they're implied.
Sorry, say that again?
The little symbols of the foci that you see in the new painting that we also see elsewhere in the frescoes in Trespasser all have 7 lines. They're 7 intersecting lines. Or in a naughty way, they look like the symbol in Community for their school, which was a butt hole. Sorry. So
I like how you say butt, pause for like 2 seconds, and they're like, hole.
I didn't want to be rude. Yeah.
Someone just posted
I think Steph
this.
really cares. Someone just posted what?
Oh shit, here we go. Dang it. Let's full screen this.
Oh, like a sort
sharing.
of frame by frame.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be doing like an analysis of that in writing, so it's very helpful.
And as you can tell, the mural looks like it's near flames because of all those sparks coming up.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then the bottom one.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm still really on the bus that this could be Andrew. I think it would, look at the red lyrium at the bottom. It's like the source of the red lyrium and the source of everything that went wrong and came after the void. I'm gonna be thinking about this because I actually think that there is something to this. I don't think it's Andraste.
No, yeah, I don't think so either, but I think it's common symbology, but I think a lot of the times they use, as we know, they've used and repurposed a lot of older things for their own thing. So
yeah, and Jen,
it
thanks
could
for sharing that. That's awesome.
Right, it could be kind of representative on Andraste just because they've used that sort of image before.
That this image of kind of a burned woman who is in grief, obviously in grief or mourning over someone who is dead or dying. Mm-hmm. Now, the interesting thing is that's the reverse pose of Solus and Mythal.
Yep.
In his case, it's him holding the body of Mythal.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of interesting. I think there's probably some really fun secrets in the evocation of the Dread Wolf too. Oh, and the use of the triangles that are repeated. Yeah, that's not an accident either. They appear in the Trespasser frescoes.
You're talking about these ones, right? The ones that I was like tripping on, like in the background.
The little triangle.
Yeah.
In the upper right. Yeah. I mean upper left.
Yeah.
Yeah, those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, those are so similar to like the imagery, but I'm like trying to place them. So yeah, they're similar to the okay.
Yeah, you find them. I think in all of them. All of the ones we find. I know they're in all the frescoes that we find. I believe in the Shattered Library.
Okay.
And around in Trespasser.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oop. They're all up in here. Woo! There they are.
I'm really interested in, and I think that the drawing of the Dread Wolf also is, well, I mean, first of all, there's a lot of Fade imagery. I mean, there are circles, there are waves, there are, beyond the 3 red Pride Demon eyes. Mm-hmm. There's some really fun stuff that I think brings up the Fade. Mm-hmm. And I'm just curious which thing he is turning, like it seems like he's, I almost don't think he's fighting, he's refusing. And I'm curious, it could be argued, is he refusing the Fade? Is he refusing the image, the idol image, or the Red Lyrium? Is using his Dread Wolf self?
I know someone else too was saying, I think it was the Nipuni tweet, that she said he's like casting something back. Like he's like,
right.
His hand is out, like repelling something almost.
I think he is. That's exactly how I take it.
Okay. And that's what it seems like. It doesn't seem like he's reaching out, because I feel like if he was reaching out, his hand would be less like this and more like this.
I think he's either saying stop, or and see the you could even see the triangles there. And then we have more foci there too. That's one of my favorites, because there's so much in it.
That was my background
for a while. No, die, don't come, or whatever. Like, you're not allowed.
Yeah, he's refusing, or he's it's like, you shall not pass. He's sorry about the Tolkien reference, but
I don't know how I feel about that one, Jen. Only because we've seen that imagery before with the red eyes, like my like the tarot, the Tower tarot.
Well, and the wolf has red eyes in both tarots for Solus in the first one.
Okay.
In the romance card, if you go in, the fluffy white wolf that
he has red eyes.
That's right.
I remember seeing that.
I also want to point out who else has red eyes in her tarot? Sarah.
Bro. Why you do
What
this
is with
to me?
all the elves and having red-eyed tarots?
Well, I believe that it's because Sarah is possessing a wisp of Andruil. I don't think she is Andruil, but I think she's kind of infected by her a little bit, if that makes sense. If you go in on the white wolf, he has red eyes. It's just hard to see. And Sarah's eyes are super, super red. Super easy to see.
Okay. So my brain is trying to click things.
Well, and Jen brings up a really interesting thought here. What if the what if the Evanuras have been poisoned by the Fade all along? What if everybody's already been affected to some extent? So Andrew Rule brings it up out of the void, brings the blight, infects everybody to some extent, but they're powerful enough to contain it.
Well, check this out. This is what it's kind of... So we know Solus is, like, super, like... He has very strong feelings regarding Grey Wardens and the Blight, right? He gets very upset that they would corrupt themselves, okay? So we know there's issues there. So if you look at the thing that really struck me the most about this wolf is the, like, swirlies and stuff. And I really feel like that with the tarot image, and I'm, like, pointing at it with my hand, like you guys can see me, pointing at it with my hand. So I'm using the mouse, okay? So, like, this wolf right here in particular, like, obviously, you know, we're to assume that this is an image of Solus, and this is the dread wolf over him, hanging over him. And
but also, it's submissive and docile there. It's overshadowing him, and he carries it with him, but it is not... It doesn't seem to be actively malicious. And look at the wolf in the new painting, and it is facing him. Its mouth is open.
But look at
seems to be more of an antagonist.
What was striking me mostly about it, and that's why I had to pull up this photo, was because of the swirls and stuff, and the darkness within it is similar to in this photo as well. And if you look, kind of like the darkness coming off Solus and kind of dripping, which I find very intriguing and could be indicative of the blight, because when you talk to Corypheus or whatever, when they assaulted the Golden Throne or whatever, it was already black, it was already corrupted, it was already darkness. And so I wonder if maybe this is kind of showing like a corrupted...
We're hearing a background from something.
Oh, it's probably me, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I couldn't hear Steph. I'm sorry.
I'm like, can you do any better than that? He's like, I could give it to you for $2.29. I'm like, okay. So, anyways.
Okay. Sorry. Hotel stuff.
Oh.
Sure. So Steph, you think that he... Are we looking at an infected dread wolf? I mean, it's an interesting idea.
Or maybe it's like the essence, like this is, and that's the reason why, again, I brought up the question at the beginning, do you think this is a depiction of the dread wolf, or is it maybe a depiction of something more sinister, which, you know, like if he's repelling this, right, he, like, the Evanuras is caught in the middle of, like, corruption, the darkness, the void.
Something. I'm going to bring up his conversation in Trespasser. I have it transcribed, of course.
This one? That's his hand right there, Jen. I think what you're referring to. I know it looks kind of funky, but I think that's his hand, the way he's positioned. That's his hand holding the staff in the back while his other hand is removing Valisline.
Yeah, oh, I see. Yeah, it is. It's his hand. It is. Okay, so flashing forward to Trespasser. Oh yeah, and just past the final piece actually. By the way, super close to the end.
What?
You have like 3 conversations left in the game. I'm just saying, you're super close.
Oh.
In a good way.
Okay, so quick question. If I was able to get the Game of the Year edition, I'd have to essentially start over, wouldn't I?
No. You could do all the DLC after you finish the main game. In fact, I recommend it because those DLCs are tough. And
No. What I mean is, I'd have to start over because I already have Dragon Age, the regular version.
No, you wouldn't be able... It wouldn't matter. I think if
Are you playing on PC? Or console? What are you playing on?
PlayStation.
Well, if you get the new Game of the Year, I don't think it'll mess with what you have. It'll just add what you don't have.
Okay.
Don't you think, Steph?
Yeah, so the way it works on console is if you already own the base game and you purchase the Game of the Year edition, it's only going to install what you don't already have. So it's not going to overwrite anything. So if you already have Inquisition, the base game installed, all it's gonna download is the DLC. because you already have the other game, the base game installed.
So where would everything come into play? Would I have everything unlocked basically then, because I'm right there at the final piece?
When you finish, well, you can you unlock all of the Descent mission and the Jaws of Hakon mission really early on in the game, but they're really tough, so those are usually saved toward like the end. Like for instance, the Descent DLC I usually don't play until I'm about level 17, which is technically the level you can finish the game at, but if you do everything, you can be way higher level. And you want to be
I think I'm like level 21.
Okay, yeah, you want to be at least, I would say, 22 for Jaws of Hakon, because that shit is hard.
Yeah.
And Trespasser as well, you want to be in your 20s.
Well, because then I'm already there.
Yeah, so you're awesome. Good. So what will happen is you can, what I would recommend do, ooh, that's a good one though, hold on. Before you finish the game, wait, what team do you take with you?
I take Varric. Well, okay, so I go myself, Varric, Dorian, and Bull. That's usually the team I take.
Okay, you're good then. You can do it either... You could do Jaws of Hakon and Descent before you finish, or you could do it after you finish. Trespasser, you can't play until you finish the base game. So
you have to you have to clean house, finish up. I will give you advice when you finish Inquisition. 2 things. Number 1, sit through the credits. Number 2,
well, of course I would.
You want to. You don't want to skip them.
And then after that, you will have the option. You can save and also go back and talk to everybody one more time, including, most importantly, Cole.
Who?
Cole.
Who's that?
Cole is your spirit boy up in the corner.
Cole. Okay, I was hearing like Hole. I'm like,
oh, I'm sorry.
Hole?
Cole. No, Cole.
No, Cole,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, Jen, yeah, it was really hard for me at max level when I did it too, and I was playing on fucking casual, so it's struggle bus for real.
Yeah.
I tried going in, I was doing a quick run through, and I ended up beating the game at level like 15 or 16 or something like that, and I was like, I'm gonna go into Jaws of Hakon. No.
So when should I talk to everyone? Right before I do the final mission, or right before I do the final piece?
Well, you should talk to everybody before you go on to the final battle with Corey Pants, and then after you defeat Corey and the game kind of after you defeat Corey, you'll have kind of an epilogue. It's really sweet with all the companions. When the game is officially over, sit through the credits, have your mind blown, then go back in and talk to everybody, and especially Cole, because you will learn things that you didn't know before. Little sneaky things.
So did you say something about at the credits it could say that you could save your game?
Yeah, you can save it after. I mean, you can save it. Just be careful to keep your previous save if you want. If you're.
Okay, so essentially, I'd be going back just before I did the Curvius fight.
Right, and then after you do the Curvius fight is what I'm saying. So when the game actually tells you it's over and the credits have rolled, go back in and talk to everyone again, and some people will have surprises for you, like Cole.
Okay, kind of like... Well, I know you don't want to spoil it, but I'm kind of guessing that Cole would know something that you did?
He knows something that is going to surprise you, and he reveals something that was done to him that you don't know until the end.
Until after
the game
doing the Curvius fight and then going back. Okay.
Right.
So then it's like a piece of locked code behind.
Oh, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. And it's it's really moving as well. And so once you've completely finished the game and you've gone back and talked to Cole, and you've hopefully also, by the way, played Jaws of Hakon, hopefully you've played the Descent because they're amazing. But then the very last thing you're going to play will be, and you won't be able to go back and forth. It's a time jump. Will be Trespasser.
Okay, so the Descent, Jaws of Hakon, then Trespasser.
Oh, I love Cole. Yeah. And then Jen, I will tell you, but I'll tell you. Can you like can you la 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 so you don't hear me?
Yeah, I'll take my headset off.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Jen,
you're good.
yay, thank you. Okay, Jen, when you go talk to Cole after the end, one of the secrets you will uncover when you talk to Cole is that Solus has mind wiped him of everything to do with Solus. And Cole will give you a message from Solus. And he'll literally repeat the last words that Solus said to him, and then he'll wake up and say, "What is it? What do you need?" Like he doesn't remember anything. So it's really moving. Now I asked Patrick Weeks about this after the fact. And in Trespasser, Cole is aware again and seems to me to be a kind of conduit at that point, but he's still not remembering. He's just literally revealing what is being transmitted to him. So I hope that helps. Dancy, I know, right? I know. I love Cole so much. Now for me, he's all I don't know.
Am I safe?
Yeah, you're safe. You're totally
Okay.
safe. Yeah, I always go spirit with Cole. I used to go human, but now I always make him a spirit. So because it brings in some, cool little things, especially in Trespasser. But
Well, I guess I screwed that up.
no, you didn't. There's no wrong answer. You made him human, more human.
Yeah.
I'm back.
It's a happy. Welcome back. It's a happy. You actually picked the happier of the two. There's something sort of mournful about the spirit side, but in a beautiful way. So he's lonelier. He's more cut off, but he also will, I think, have a role in later. So, whereas if he's a human in Trespass, more human, he's just kind of he's moving on with his life as a human. You know what I mean? So he's not as connected to bigger things.
Talking about Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly like both. I like both. I just prefer spirit, but I mean, I would understand why somebody would choose person.
Like, me too. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Oh, God. It's so true, Dancy. It's like, oh. Well, and unfortunately, our friend here doesn't know how bad it's going to be, so don't spoil him on Trespasser.
Yeah, please.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't.
But he didn't mean anything bad. He just didn't know.
I didn't know anything. I was
It's not your fault.
I was a lost little boy.
Well, I got my best friend to play, and because I was going on about the game to an insane degree last year, and my friend Kimberly, and she went in and played, and of course she did not save the fucking chargers either. I'm like, when she told me, I let out a scream. I'm like, what are you doing? She said, what? I was being strategic. I'm like, oh God, so yeah, it didn't go well.
It's funny, and I'm ashamed to admit this, but I'll admit it.
Go to bed.
I will.
When I first played Inquisition, when Colin came forward about his lyrium, I told him to keep taking it because
You mean
because the reason I did it, like, I like Colin, he's cool. He's not my favorite, but I like him. He's like, I don't have any anyway.
it's not cool.
So I had been taught throughout Dragon Age to know that lyrium withdrawal is really bad and it could kill people. And so my thinking with that was, fuck, he's already having a hard time, he's getting shakes, he's this, that. Shit, it's gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking tell him to keep taking it. Like, it was freaking me out. I didn't want him to die. I was like, I don't want you to die, so keep taking it. And then I felt like a fucking dick munch after fucking listening to that goddamn epilogue. Sorry for my language.
Oh my God,
I apologize. But that's how I felt. I felt so bad. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta rectify this right now.
Okay. I found the quote. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, Steph, it wasn't Cole.
I know. And Cole is our little bunny rabbit, and he must be protected.
He must be protected.
Well, no, it's not Cole who had the lyrium withdrawals.
No, Colin. She says She says Cullen in a funny way. You say
Oh, I heard Cole.
Yeah, I said Cullen. Sorry. Cullen?
It's okay.
I always say
Colon.
Cullen.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, Jen. I know. I understand how popular Cullen is. I just...
Jen.
That he doesn't do it for me personally, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've done his romance all the way through Trespasser, so I've done everybody at least once. Everybody's been banged, or not banged, but romanced. Everybody has been romanced at least once. And there are certain few I've done multiple. Like, I've done Sarah twice. I've done Solus, you don't even want to know. I've only done Bull the once, which makes me sad because I really like his romance.
Makes me sad too.
I love his romance, but I can't stay away from Solus. It's like
all my Inquisitors, it's the rule of life, have to kiss Solus in the Fade if they are Elven, and he will kiss them, and it's a rule.
Yeah.
And then they have to have a one-nighter with Bull, so that everybody is happy. Everybody, that's my thing. And then of course I have to agonize over how it's going to end. But
I did that in my last playthrough. I flirted with pretty much everyone. For some reason, fucking Blackwall is so easy to trigger a freaking romance with. When I was hitting on Sarah,
like Liliana in Origins.
Yeah, when I was hitting on Sarah, she's like, I don't share. And I was like, who the fuck? What are you talking about? I'm romancing you. Why?
I do not ever flirt with Blackwall even once because he's such a little ninja-mancer.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
it's like, nope, not doing it.
I ran up to him and I noticed a little heart icon. I was like, God damn it. Fuck. So I had to break up with him and I felt like a piece of shit.
Oh.
I was like, oh no, this is not good. And then with Bull.
But he just thinks he deserves it at that point anyway. So you're feeding right into what he wants at that point. So bless his little heart. I mean, I love it. I mean it lovingly.
Yeah. I did do the one night though with Bull. So I flirted / got into a relationship temporarily with Blackwall. Did the one night with Bull and then ended up full romancing Sarah. So that was a fun playthrough.
Yeah, I had one, I think it was my 6th or 7th, where I was like, you will flirt with everyone.
Yeah.
You will do everything you can with everyone. And I think she was the one who ended up marrying Cullen actually in the end. But she, I mean, everything I could have her do with everyone, she was just like, I found the quote. I want to bring up something because I think we're looking at the literalization of this quote.
Mm-hmm.
In Trespasser, Solus tells us, I walk the din on Shiral. There is only death on this journey. I would not have you see what I become.
Uh-huh.
I think he is speaking literally. I don't think he's speaking metaphorically.
Okay.
I think what you're looking at in our new image is Solus on the din on Shiral on this.
So you think the darkness and the swirls and stuff is representative of that?
Mm-hmm. I think it's real.
And perhaps like this image, like it's him becoming maybe.
Yeah, and then let me bring up my
because this connection right here is very intriguing to me because it's like, either coming off him or going to him. So I don't know.
Yeah, and then well, and it's interesting because the two meanings. I mean, Dinon is the root is it's death.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Shiral is the journey, but also the implication that it's the end of the journey. I did a whole thing on some of these, like, the difference between Hallam Shiral and Dinon Shiral, and yeah. So I think that's what we're seeing here. Also, it's interesting if you look at your mosaics that you have up right now,
mm-hmm.
Up on the upper left. When he is freeing the slaves, we do see that branchy staff again.
Yep.
So it's consistent.
Mm-hmm. Different designs, but I
right.
mean...
But it may be like I'm thinking maybe the angle is a different angle on the staff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? We're seeing the branches turned in a certain way or something.
Right.
So,
interesting.
Yeah. No, the last thing that I would bring up is that in a lot of the mosaics and frescoes, rather, the frescoes in Trespasser, when I first played, I assumed that all the images we were seeing were of Solus, and I'm like, why doesn't the Inquisitor recognize that, hello, there is a powerful bald elf in every one of these paintings, obviously doing sort of amazing and transformative and mythical things.
Yeah.
But if we go back to the Temple of Mythal, all of those mosaics of the Evanurus, they are all bald. Mythal,
That's right.
Elgar'nan, Shartan is implied to have been bald. So the ancient elves just, may not have had hair.
They're just like, maybe that's why Mythal wears that headdress. I'm sorry.
Right.
She's just
Her
like,
hair
I'll get some fake hair. Whew.
Of awesome.
Yeah. Snatch your wig off.
Well, and by the way, this picture that you're looking at right now, I definitely think you're looking at a representation of the Fade and of the kind of intersection of all the worlds. And we're seeing the spirits clustered around the entry to the real world. They want to get in and they can't. They're trapped.
Are you referring to like these dots or?
Yeah, the middle guy is up in the middle.
Oh, here. I see. Okay.
Up in the center. Yeah. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I don't think there's anything significant about the number, but they're spirits that want to cross over.
I see.
And he did that again, by the way, at Skyhold. That very similar image appears over the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Like in the paintings?
In the frescoes. It's the first fresco that he does. They're up at the top.
Okay. Oh, I didn't want to put Trespasser in there. Dang it.
If you want to click on my blog, I've got the pictures from linked straight from the wiki. If that helps. It's the second one in your search right there. Oh, it was the picture actually came up. But if you go down to the right and you go down on Solus, it's one of I didn't mean to say that. If you scroll down to Solus, you will see the frescoes post, and it's one of the first ones I did. On the right hand side, if you have to scroll way down. Way down.
This one.
This one on the right hand. No, it's under. It'll be under Solus, and then it should be like the third or fourth from the bottom. Yeah, there we go. And then you can click on the. If you click on the the picture. There.
I'm gonna yoink this. Dang it! That's all. Why does it do this to me? Okay, hold on. No. All right, I'm bad at technology, guys. Don't make fun of me.
It's okay.
There we go. Now I can zoom. Zoomy zoom. Ow. Okay, that was far. This one?
In the upper left.
Here. I see.
In the upper left, you'll see the spirits once again clustering around an entryway from the Fade, and they are watching, and they want to come through. And they can't.
It makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
So it's just interesting that they're repeating certain things.
Definitely.
And I think in the new picture, we're gonna discover some really fun stuff. So
there it is.
And there's the little triangles again. Hello, little triangles.
They're everywhere. Interesting. Do you have any ideas or theories for what that could represent?
For the triangles?
Yeah.
I don't, and I really should. I think there definitely is a reason that they keep appearing. Now, the waves at the top on the left-hand side, those waves, I believe, are enchantment and the Fade. The representation of magic, of magic, just, the power of magic.
So similar to the other symbols, they're just, okay.
As well as the barrier, the veil. And again, I love that we're in the one on the left. It's one of my favorite frescoes. We're seeing all of those circles. And by the way, the very top, it's interesting that the very top is a mosaic on the fresco. So the very top, it echoes back to the Temple of Mythal. And the fresco, at the non-frescoes, the mosaics, which are, the little pieces glued on. So the borders of the fresco are actually very similar to what we see at the Temple of Mythal, which are mosaics. Sorry, God, I'm such a freaking nerd.
Okay.
So.
Now, I read something. Did I read or did I watch? I don't even know. I dig so deep all the time. These were representative of, obviously, the Evanurus, and how there was a theory that they were trapped behind mirrors, aka a Illuvians?
Right, because he kind of talks about it as if they're, well, behind the Illuvians, or behind an Illuvian. One really... Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
No, I was just gonna babble. Go ahead.
Well, one theory that someone in our group came up with, and it wasn't me, was Erin Earls, and she hypothesizes that if we, in Trespasser, the certain point, it's right when we cross the bridge, it's when we're in the deep roads, and it's when we are it's in the deep roads, and I believe it's before the big boss fight, but it might be after. I have to replay it to go back. We can actually see what appear to be coffins lined up very neatly in a row. And she believes those could be the sleepers that he is referring to when he talks to Cole. That he's being literal there. He's not being... That he's actually talking about people who are in Euthenera, somewhere in Thetis, that he has to wake up. Now, I will add to this that I believe he already woke up specific people. Like, for instance, like many people, I think Phalasson is an ancient elf, or was.
Yeah.
And that Solus woke him up from the Fade to be his agent. So it's obviously it's not just one person. Solus feels a loyalty to specific people beyond, and also beyond the Sentinel elves, beyond people like Abelas, because he didn't wake up Apple. I mean, he doesn't seem to have really, given much thought to Abelas until he saw him. Right. So it seems to be a very specific group of people. I don't think he's going to be alone in 4. I think, I mean, even before he sent out the call and he called the elves to his side, and I do think they're going to come, and I think that he's going to build the elves into a political power for the first time in thousands of years. Because if every elf in Thetis, or most of them, answers that call, he has fortresses, he has properties, he has the entire Illuvian network. He can save them, hide them, arm them, and empower them, and then of course lead them, because he can turn a whole army to stone in an eye blink. And he can get anything he wants. So if 4 is going to be, as I suspect, Tevinter and the Qun battling it out for Thetis, Solus can come in at the end and sweep away the chessboard pieces and go, but what about us?
He bid his time. Let them do the dirty work.
Well, look at what he did. I think it's going to be exactly what happened in Trespasser, but on like the hugest scale imaginable. Yeah. He's going to come in. He'll have a choice. I'm hoping that he doesn't pull down the Fade. Pull down the veil. But I don't know. I have to tell you that this trailer is making me think that I might be wrong in that. So,
what do you think about the theory? There was a theory going around. I can't remember who did it, but it was from Reddit. That the beginning of the next Dragon Age game is going to be after he's done it, after the veil has come down.
Well, I would love that. I mean, that would be amazing, right?
Yeah, and your protagonist is dealing with the aftermath of that. And so you're just kind of hurled into this, almost kind of like Inquisition, like you're just hurled into this shitstorm that just occurred, and you're there to kind of deal with, whatever happens.
It's left over.
Yeah, whatever.
We
have no idea what's going to happen. I mean,
I'd be so upset because I was so wrong, but
it would be crazy though.
It would be amazing. Now, and keep in mind that the big question mark then is whether, how is it going to affect humans? Because humans only know and exist comfortably in a world with the veil, and with the two worlds separated. Humans, the erection of the veil actually precedes the appearance of humans in Thetis. So humans have never lived in a world
without it,
filled with magic like air. Now on the other hand, the other possibilities are the elves are going to be powered up. They may even become immortal again.
I think so.
ASAP, instantly, whatever.
That's why I feel like when people are freaking out, like, oh my god, he's gonna end the world or whatever, I'm like, it's not what you think. Like, to me, it would be more like them trying to deal with the fact that just happened. Because in Witch Hunt DLC and Origins, Morgan specifically states that change is coming to the world, and there are those that will fight it with every fiber of their being, even if it's what they really need. And I feel like that kind of ties into what Solus says Damn
well,
it.
and Sandal kind of implies in Dragon Age 2. I want to shout out to Jen, who is asking. It's very deliberate. I think that there are lots of discussions of Titans in the last couple of DLCs. Of course, tons of stuff in the Descent, but there's also a ton of stuff at the end of Inquisition, especially if you drink from the well. If you drink from the well, there are clues to the Titans that you don't get otherwise. There are fragments that you pick up that you can read. They're in the codices, and that's where you find out that Elgar'nan killed a Titan, I believe, is in one of those.
Bro, hold on. I just yanked my cord. Jen, holy shit, you just blew my mind for a second. I'm sorry, hold on, I gotta plug this in, I can't hear shit. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Okay. I just yanked out my cord because I went to flail my arms. Okay, so for anybody that's listening and not reading chat, Jen said, so correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a lot of talk about Titans in the last couple DLCs. I might just be being weird here, but what if the idol is a key to wake a Titan? And the lyrium on the end of it, what if it's a heart and you gotta plug it in? That is mind-blowing because if you think about where you find the idol in Dragon Age 2, you find it in the corrupted Tig, right? So
you find, it could very well be part of a corrupted Titan because it's found in the deep roads.
Yes, exactly. That is awesome. And I wonder too, because we didn't see at the end of the Descent, we didn't get to like really explore that area afterward. They just kind of sent you back. So I wonder what the remnants of that destruction of the rate, whatever you want to call him, would be.
There are some more clues after that. It depends on how early or how late you play the Descent. I like to play the Descent as fast as I can because the earlier you play the Descent and then go back to the regular game, if you keep going to the war table, you get little mysterious updates from Volta. You get stories about Volta and rumors about Volta and things that she's discovering. Ren's body disappears. All sorts of cool little things happen. And then if you go into Jaws of Hakken, there are little implications and connections. It's really interesting. And the link between Mythal and the Titans is pretty much becomes canon in the Descent. And then the other thing I would point out also is that if I don't know if y'all know about this, but it's a really cool little Easter egg. If you play back, when you drink from the well, if you play back the audio when you drink from the well, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. I can see. That's great that you got that. If you play back the footage from the well, other people have done this. You play it backwards. It says Mythal is the source of the calling.
Bro, is that for real?
Yes, it's actually in the game, and it means it might be a key to some of the stuff we're talking about. Mythal may be the source of the calling.
Okay, so if she's the source of the calling, does that mean she's the source of the blight?
Well, in a way, see, that's what I believe. I think that Andruil is the source of the blight. She brought it up from the void. She went crazy. Mythal defeats her, mind wipes her completely, so she can't go back. Now, keep in mind, Andruil even evidently made armor out of what she found in the void. So I believe Andruil goes to the void, brings up the blight, infects Red Lyrium, or infects the Titans beneath the surface, rather, who begin to slowly kind of create Red Lyrium. But that's why Mythal, I think, goes down and kills the Titan to protect Thetis, and then buries it.
Okay,
thanks.
I have a thought. Kind of. Or I have more of like a question, because this is something that I've thought of before, but there wasn't really ever really... this is what happens when I talk. It's like I have so many thoughts going at once that I can't express it. It's a question, kind of. So at the end of Origins, you can either kill the Archdemon completely and like it kill you as well, because that's two souls kind of destroying each other, right? Or you can do the Dark Ritual of Morgan and trap the soul in another blighted being, aka being the child within her or whatever, right? Like, is that what
Right.
that's how it works? Okay.
Right.
So
Old God baby.
Right. So obviously Flemeth's goal is to retrieve that. Because if everything we're theorizing is accurate,
or save it. Is she trying to save the soul of that?
Preserve it, right? Keep it.
Yeah.
Not like take it for herself, but like preserve it.
No,
like,
yeah, I'm with you.
Then how do we explain the other archdemon? So what I was trying to do is I was scrolling through I was flipping through the World of Thedas because I have both of them as well. Right. And I was trying to find how, like, what the death blows were for all of the other archdemons. We don't know. We don't know a ton of information about that, but it would be interesting if Flemeth, because she said she, nudges history in the right direction every so often. What if she has been there for every single one and has preserved the soul from each one? But then again, it really just
Well, what's interesting is since it's an optional event, that's what I'm curious about, since not everybody has the old god baby with Morgan.
Exactly.
And I'm like, and I think everyone should, because Kieran is delightful, and the scenes between him and Flemeth and Morgan are amazing. Yeah, it would be interesting to go back now. I know you've read Last Flight, because that really does go into a lot of detail, and I know that what's her name's brother, when he kills the archdemon, I think they're all, he dies. They die together instantly. I think he and Crooky Tail, I think he stabs it in the head with the sword while he's on his griffin, and then he and the griffin both he and the archdemon perish instantly, and Crooky Tail is killed at the same time, basically as well. Sorry about that. Oops, spoiler.
Yeah, I'm like half paying attention.
Okay, good, great. Awesome. And meanwhile, Jen, that's a really interesting idea if what we're looking at is a hilt. The other thought that I was kind of thinking is, what if that's the head of a staff?
Yeah, definitely. Because I was thinking about it being a hilt, and I really feel like it'd be a little clunky for a hilt, especially if you're trying to keep a grip on, especially with like the arm jutting out right here. Like, I feel like,
but it would make an awesome
get in the way.
Staff topper.
It would make an awesome staff topper for sure. But no, so what you're referring to in The Last Flight, it was the killing of the archdemon prior to Themiel?
Yeah, it would have been, this would have been, hold on, I have it open. Let me just go back and, okay, wait, which blog post talking about? Oh yeah, I need to go back in my timeline. Okay, got it. And then let me jump to little darling, what's her name? God, it kills me every freaking time. I want her to be happy.
Yep.
Last Flight just kills me. Okay. Exalted Age, Andoral Awake. Garahel. It's Garahel who kills Andoral. And yeah, at Aisley, they both die in the sky. It's like it's sort of, I think, over the harbor or something. It's like over the city. Yeah, Mythal's, well, and Mythal's definitely a mage, and there's speculation that Andraste may have been a mage. So it's an interesting idea. Yeah, and it's a good question as to whether when, because see, I'm always questioning when Mythal kills the Titan, because Mythal's such, I'm biased in favor of her. I think she's a good person, but there are plenty of people who believe that Mythal may not be, or Flemeth, Flemeth / Mythal may not be a good person. Right. I love her. I think she's awesome. I think to me, she is the warden, not the warden, the steward of Thedas. She is looking at the big picture all the time. Kind of in the same way Gandalf was the steward of Middle-earth. He was looking out for the bigger picture. He wanted to save the world as best he could. So I have a romanticized view of Mythal, because I think anything she did, I'm hoping was for a good reason.
Right.
I even think she allowed herself to be killed because I think that
I do too.
was required.
Yep. I think so as well. I think that was a pre-planned event.
Yeah. So, but I don't think Solus knew that.
Right. Right.
You know. So
The whole commentary at the end is very striking because she's damn it, I can't say this without spoilers. You know who says, I should be the one to pay the price.
But the people need me.
But the people, they need me.
Right.
And she replies with something like, I know, blah, blah, blah. So I should be the one to pay the price. She's doing that. Uh-huh.
I can tell you, I have the script open. Let me jump back. Oh dear. I just I knew you would come. You know, it's a greeting, keeping it general. I was too weak to unlock it after my slumber. The failure was mine. I should pay the price, but the people, they need me. I am so sorry. The response is, I am sorry as well, old friend. And that's it. We all know what, if we know, we know, right? So, and I believe that what we are seeing is a consensual transference, that this scene is him saying, it should be me, but it can't be. And she says, she's basically going, I know. It has to be me. I think she accepts it. I think she's sorry for what's going to happen next, but she fully accepts and agrees to it. I don't think that he's doing anything evil there.
There was nothing malicious about it.
No, no, and you know what kills me is, man, when you look at this character's evolution, everything he did was because someone killed this person that he loved so much, and what does he have to do right now? I mean, that's brutal.
Do it.
Yeah, he has to do the one thing he didn't want to do.
It's crazy.
So, and of course he knew that, because if we go back into Skyhold, you know, his unfinished mural tells us exactly what was going to happen. He knew it was going to happen. So, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, this idol is going to be a dissection for sure. What is that right there? It almost looked like another head, but I don't think it is. Is that like...
On the right!
Right here, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that too!
That's intriguing.
Great minds, man.
Let me see.
Can we zoom in?
It's really crap quality if I zoom in like that. But maybe...
Oh, I'm gonna look closer on mine. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, I've got it open. I've got so many tabs open right now.
Oh gosh, right?
Oh, I got... wait a minute. Okay. You know what I think is the best part of all of this? I just thought of this. Everyone's gonna go play Dragon Age 2 again.
Yep. Oh yeah. And it's free on Xbox right now, so if you bitches got Xbox, download that shit. It's free.
And it's awesome.
It is so awesome. It'll be the best free game you ever play.
I love it. I totally love it. See, I still love every time. Look, it looks like mountains, man. It totally does. So there's the skull.
If it looks like mountains, that could be... There's definitely a purpose there. It could be, you know, indicative of Titans.
Well, and also, that's a very good point. And also keep in mind that all of Soul's hidden fortresses are
that's true.
In the mountain, or in the Vimarks and in the mountain. I don't think that's why maybe they did that, because I read everything into everything, but my God, can't even.
I'm just gonna put that on repeat.
So gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I'm so happy right now.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't even believe we got that much. I honestly thought like Casey Hudson would get up on the stage and just say, and we've got Dragon Age in production. And
I agree.
That's what I thought. That's all I thought. So this, the fact that we even got dialogue, bro, we didn't even get dialogue for Elder Scrolls 6 from Bethesda. So, bro, oh my God. And we got a title.
Hopefully.
Kind of. Yeah,
if
we're
that's
still
the
not
actual
sure if
title,
that's
I
the
will
title, but
fall over myself.
yeah. Oh, no DLC, that sucks. Yeah. Having Shale with you is just the freaking best.
I know, Shayla's awesome. And you know what? And you know, and there is so much you can rediscover. I only just discovered in my last DAO playthrough that Shale falls in love with Sten, and then the last conversation that you get is she wants to go become real again, and then Wynn says, I wonder what made her want to do that. She wants to be physical and she won't tell me why. And I'm like, dude, because by the end, she and Sten are calling each other Dawn and admiring each other, and I'm telling you, it's in there. Although my headcanon, this is not my headcanon, because my headcanon, my warden is romance 10, but that's a whole other.
For sure. Aw, Sten. God, I've got some
It's so
Sten
tragic.
stories.
We're gonna have to kill him, dude. If he's in the fourth one, it's not gonna be good. I'm gonna cry.
Well, that makes me wonder too, because I can't remember who the heck I was talking to about this, but I was trying to figure out who's killable in all
also,
the
I'm
series.
sorry I keep calling you dude. I don't know why. I don't do that all the time. I'm just doing it like crazy. I don't know why.
I say dude too. Don't worry about it. I say dude. I say bro. I say it all. So
yeah, thank you. I'm just.
It's like, dude. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Awesome.
I was wondering about Sten, because it's like, I don't think you could kill Sten. I think you can like duel him, but then was it my brother? Someone mentioned that you can not recruit him, and essentially that makes him die, because he's stuck in the cage, and the darkspawn pass through, but we don't know for sure.
No, but he can die for sure in Origins. Number one, we can leave him in the cage, and he will die there. The other thing is that we can at one point duel him, and I know people who have killed him in that battle. But this was one DAO, and they didn't know that it was going to be the trilogy thing, so they did some retconning, and I do know BioWare canon is that Sten is Aeroshock.
Yes.
It is for sure canon that Sten succeeds the Aeroshock in DA2. And it is because it's what Gator writes in, the trilogy. So
Silent
it's actual
Grove, right.
BioWare canon that Sten is alive.
Yeah. But it makes me wonder if they're going to retcon people's choices, because if you look at Alistair is also king in the canon.
Yeah, he is king in the canon.
But he could be in Inquisition. He can be either king.
Who you left in the Fade, or
right, or he could be a warden.
I have a quick question.
Shoot.
So you know how in the trailer how the statue starts having the red go up it?
Yes.
And how it's already got the red lyrium? What did we say before that it was doing? Were we saying that it was activating or something?
Yeah. That it was being turned on or something like that.
What if it's just being corrupted by the lyrium?
Right.
What if it's more basic than that? It's being corrupted in a different purpose.
So in Dragon Age 2, I don't know if you're okay with spoilers for Dragon Age 2 or not.
It's fine. I won't know the context.
You won't remember. I mean, this won't.
Yeah, you may not remember. But the lyrium idol is found in a dwarven Tig, and it gets sold to a character in the game that, well, first the person who takes it becomes kind of insane, and then it gets sold to another person who also becomes kind of corrupted from it. So we know that the lyrium of the idol can corrupt at least the people around it. So it's to be assumed that it is already corrupted, if that makes sense.
Okay. I just meant like it was corrupting it in a physical sense. Because of the way it looks. How it's kind of crawling up it and turning it more red.
Like, yeah, and I like that, and I noticed that too, that it's like it's infecting it from below. Yeah.
Like if it was actually a key, it's turning the key different. Like it's changing the key for a different purpose.
So how else
No.
can Sten die? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. This is...
Oh, that's okay.
I'm sorry, Froyo. I was just thinking
it's
about
fine.
Sten again.
We can kill him when he doesn't follow us. We can choose not to
Okay.
recruit him. He'll die in the cage.
Okay, so there are multiple ways, damn. Okay.
I don't think he ever takes the death blow. I think that's pretty much, always either you or Alistair, but or Logain, of course, depending on your actions.
Okay, that's right. That makes me wonder how that's gonna play out, because I don't know if they're gonna retcon it or if they're gonna... I don't know.
Oh, Jen wants you to pause it. Steph, can you pause it?
Shit. Delayed. On the full thingy. Okay. Yes. On the full? Wait, do you want
wanna
the
see
full
whole
face?
thing, right? Okay.
The full
Toward
thing.
the end or toward the beginning? Probably toward the end.
So like there?
One thing I just thought of though, can I say it? Is
Yeah.
that this brings Varric back into the mix in a really cool way. Think about it.
It does. It does.
Because this is, this is the biggest thing that it changed his life. Started everything and changed his life. And
Are
then
those just flames in the background, or is that something else? It's very linear. Like,
it looks like another ribcage or something behind
it does.
Well, that's because it's changing. You're like mid-frame changing
you are.
frames.
It's dissolving. Yeah, it's a dissolve. I see what you're saying. You're right. So if she lets it play a little more, that will go away. Yeah.
Yes.
Good one. I'm like, of course, already thinking about what it could mean. Like, ooh, I didn't see that. Look, there are 4 flames.
Oh! It looks like a key.
Remember? Well, yeah, that was Chartan, and
So...
Chartan was the key.
Shit, where... Oh no, I think I just exited. Damn it! Okay, hold on.
Have I just found something out?
Yeah, maybe. This is a really good
Oh,
thought
wait,
because
I
yeah,
have it.
sure. And that's in the picture that is a deliberate echo
Yeah.
of Solus
I didn't
Terra.
save it.
Chartan is holding a key.
Have I suddenly become smart?
Oh,
What?
why is it so small?
Already smart.
Dang
Stop
it.
it. But that's awesome. Yeah.
Yo, I think that's a key. Ah, crap.
I think what Solus
Sorry.
is holding is also a key, and the parallel is deliberate. Because
Shit, I just lost chat. So if you commented anything after that, I didn't see it. Sorry.
Jen says
No,
is
nothing's
wavy-
been copied.
Yeah, Jen said, is that the key? The wavy shit is a portion of the key.
Huh. I wish this was better. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this, I think.
I will be posting screenshots of all of this on my blog in 4 hours. I will have analyses of all of these, and I'll post the Chartan and Solus comparison. I'll post the idol close-ups. I'll try to follow all of these little threads that we've been introducing here, so if it helps.
Okay. Yes, it will.
And I'm going to go through every beat of the video, and I'll talk about the circles, I'll talk about the fade, I'll talk about the...
That's interesting.
I'm just so interested that the sacrificial images echoed throughout Inquisition are always of the wolf mourning the dragon, trying to be oblique for certain people here. And this is a reverse of that image if you think about it. It's the woman holding the man. And to me it looks very mournful.
It does, yeah. That's why
and she's sitting at
earlier
the
I was trying
bottom
to
of the
describe
key.
it almost like solemn, or something
So at
like
the
that.
bottom, do you see the red lyrium key-like? Does it look like a key at the bottom? Can we go a little toward the bottom? Huh. I don't know, because it's referred to as an idol in 2. It's a big, heavy thing. But that
Mhm.
doesn't mean it can't be a key.
Right.
Especially if we're talking about Titans. I'm just saying. Keys would be really big.
And 2, like Jen, you were saying earlier, it could be a key, but not in the traditional sense. Like it has some of the shape.
Characteristics.
Yeah, but maybe it's like you said, you plug it into a Titan or something like that. I don't know.
Jen, I would like to credit you with this idea in my blog. How would you like me to refer to you or link to you? If you're on Twitter, or I want to make sure I give you credit for this idea.
That it could be put into something?
That it can be a key. Because I
thought someone else said it was a key. Because I remember someone saying it was a key, and I just kind of went off of that.
I'll search the chat so that I credit everybody. Let me make sure I do that now.
That's intense. And
that was Jen. Jen brought it up the first time way back.
So it being in the middle of that circle states that maybe that's like the key to the fate, or the key to unlock the Evan Uris, or the key to...
Okay, Jen, I will, let me make sure I go follow you also. And thank you. Well, I'll make sure I credit everybody as best I can.
Yeah, I thought I remember someone mentioning about it being
she's saying that it was you.
Key. Well, yeah, I thought I remember hearing someone say something about a key, but we might have been talking about something completely different. And then I'm just like, well, what if it's just a key and it's just being changed? That it's just being slowly changed over time, or that it was... Okay, so what is the timeline between DA2 and... Well, we don't know the time jump.
Yes, we do. I can tell you exactly on my time. I have a timeline of it. What do
you
mean?
I meant for what it looks like now.
Oh, well,
what DA...
Well, if we're seeing it all depends on how much time has passed. If we're no longer in the Dragon Age, if we're 50 plus years in the future, then that makes the idol maybe 6 years. Well, take two. It means that the existence of the idol has been known and it exists. Now, mind you, we can actually destroy that idol in DA2 depending on our choices. Remember?
So does that mean that there could have been a second idol?
Well, and somebody else pointed that out at the top of the chat. Who was that? That was a great point. Yeah, that Kale BKAM pointed out that idol is found many times in Elven Ruin. Now that's back when they were finding stuff, when they may have been reusing element. But that's a really good. Make sure I save this, by the way. I've just saved the entire chat. That way I credit everybody properly. Thank you, everybody. Still here?
Yes, thank you.
Steph, for doing this.
Yes. I didn't think that we were going to get this much, and we got this much, and now we could talk forever about this stuff.
We got this much and more.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know what people...
No, you didn't know how I could... Oh, sorry.
I really don't know what everyone else was expecting, but me personally, I was not expecting anything. Like, I was expecting what Bethesda gave us for Elder Scrolls and for Starfield. Like, a brief little clip with nothing in it except for scenery, and that's it. Like, I did not expect...
I was laughing. Yeah, because Katie, who I love dearly, Gilderthallen, and everyone, by the way, you need following Katie. She has an amazing YouTube channel. She is brilliant.
Yep. Gil,
but she was tweeting, she's like that she was disappointed, and I was like, oh my god, I'm the opposite.
How are you disappointed? What?
I thought that Kate. Well, no, and I'm not. This is not me ragging on.
No,
on
totally.
Katie.
I get it.
No,
yeah.
but it was like I just thought Casey was gonna get up and maybe have a little, Well, and by the way, I can now announce that Dragon Age 4 is on. You know what I mean? And we would all be. That would be it.
Yeah.
But no, we got an actual teaser.
Yeah.
I mean, I am so thrilled. I can't even, y'all. So yeah,
Yep.
I am not disappointed. I'm very, very excited. So yeah.
Yep. I'm just gonna go out and throw out everyone. And again. Oh crap, hold on, we need to go back to home. There we go. I think I have your YouTube. Oh crap. Let's go back here. Is your YouTube... Is it just your name?
Who, me?
Yeah, I subscribed to you, but I got...
Oh, it's Pyramid. You can access it from my blog is the easiest way. Just click on either one of the 2 videos.
I got you.
That are,
is it this one?
Yeah, I have nothing on my poor channel. I only have 2 things.
It's alright.
Sorry. Here they are.
No, you're good. You're good. I have stuff from like forever ago that I am too nostalgic to delete. So.
Well, I have 5 in production now.
Ooh.
I just haven't finished them, and one of them's super almost done, and then the other 3 are their lore, and I've got one on the Frescos, one on the Valisline. I'm trying to make sure that what I do is not the same thing as what Katie may have already covered, or what Jack may have already covered, or some of these, brilliant, wonderful people have already. Like, I don't want to repeat anybody. I want to just have my own thoughts, and then hopefully some people have fun, and
Not repeating is going to be hard because some of these theories are so like. Crazy.
Yeah, and so I won't do it. If I think somebody already covered it to the best, that anybody can do it, I'm not even going to go there. I'll just leave it. Oh, the other one that I want to do is that I just got the footage for recently was when I was talking about all of the frescoes in the Inquisitor, or paintings. I'm not really sure they're frescoes, but the paintings in the Inquisitor's quarters. I'm positive they have significance, especially if that's where Solus slept, and I think he did.
There were frescoes in there?
There are paintings in the Inquisitor's quarters. I don't mean like
like the owl, right? Like I remember the owl.
But on the actual wall, the plaster of the Inquisitor's quarters, there is a big one up on the 2nd level, facing the fireplace. It's in shadows, and then there's another really big one, caddy corner under the tiny window, in the Inquisitor's court. Again, they're very high on the wall and they're very old. I have the footage, but I don't know if I have the screenshot saved or not, but it's pretty fun to go look at.
Got those. Like above, right?
Yeah, they're way up. Okay, so we need to be looking, I will tell you.
Yeah.
The other way. No.
No, I know. I think I know what you're talking about because it's like above the bed.
It's above the storage room and above the bed.
Right. Oh, dang it.
I'll see if I have a screenshot of it. I probably do because I screenshot everything.
Yeah, I don't have the game on PC, so I couldn't.
Yeah, hold on a second and I'll see if I have it. I probably do.
All right.
I should bring this up anyway. I need it for lore, so see if I have anything under paintings. Sometimes I'm organized.
Oh my god. Somebody did it. I am so jealous of that person.
Oh my god.
I am so jealous. Look at this. Oh my god.
Wow.
I want to be in that person's house.
That is beautiful.
That is the coolest shit ever. I wonder what this. What's that? Is that the...
Oh my god! I have 7,000 screenshots. Okay, it might take me a minute.
Oh, that's great.
6,949 items.
I love it. That's awesome.
That looks like it's supposed to be the wolf following Solus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Excuse me.
And that one, the one you're scrolling past that's in the top center, is the final fresco. That after you finish the game, Inquisition, go back into Solus's office. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And you will see something new that was not there before.
That's not that one. That's not the one I'm looking for.
Okay, I'm still sorting. I'm sorry. I'm sorting.
Oh, you're fine. You're good. Look at that. Oh, beautiful.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, someone actually, DNC. It's crazy. That is dedication. Like, I would love to do that, but I can't.
Yeah.
If I was that artistic, I'd do it myself.
Awesome.
Dang it. All right.
Still sorting. I'll find them. It just I wanted to. I know that I did it recently, and if I'm going to go through 7,000 screenshots, I'm I know it was like in the last month, so they'll be at the top. That's why I'm sorting. It's like because I don't want to go through. If I didn't, because I have so many Inquisitors, it'll be hard to find otherwise.
Every time I see murals, though, I'm like dissecting them, and I can never piece it together. It drives me crazy. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, there's so many. There's so much cool stuff, right?
There is so freaking much.
Let's see.
No. Wait. Is that it? That's not it.
Yes,
that's a mod.
that's one of them. That's it.
Oh.
That's one of them. It's the main one.
Okay.
It's one of two, maybe three.
Do they change over time?
No, there are three different ones in the Inquisitor's quarters. That's one of them.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm really excited.
That's good. That's good. That's intriguing.
And you get the little wavy. Yeah, there's some repeated
the waves
elements.
in there, yeah. I see that.
Picture of Skyhold in the middle, which also could mean that it's the doorway to the Fade.
So crazy.
Well, because I believe that when Solus created the Veil and went into Euthenera, that he did so beneath the foundations of Skyhold. And that's why you can see that Skyhold's lower levels have been blasted, and that's because I think it happened when the Veil was put up. And then he, I think, hid himself away in Euthenera, but I think that in the Fade, meaning in their dreams, he was able to stalk the inhabitants and make people want to leave the castle whenever he wanted, so that it remained his, basically. That's just all. It's a theory. So
makes sense. It's awesome. Oh, here we go. That might be a better picture of it.
It's a pretty good one. And there's more than one. Like I said, there are a few others. And again, what's interesting is that they are painted on the walls. I'm curious about the appearance of the Inquisition symbol
is that
there.
One? That doesn't seem right.
That looks like one.
I think it's the same. I think it's the same one, but you can see if it is. I'm not sure.
It looks like in a different location, though. I mean, it's different compared to the one we have.
Can you open it in a new tab?
Yep.
Yeah, right, because you've got the you've actually got the Templar symbol there.
Is that one? That doesn't seem. Then again, I've only sided with the Templars like twice, and those playthroughs I try to get through quickly.
Okay, wait a minute. So they're different depending on what you pick?
Maybe the one on the left is that you're faithful to the Inquisition.
Or we chose mages.
This is also true.
Let me.
Because I definitely do not have a Templar symbol in mind.
See, the website though for this is. Let me click it. I'm just worried that it's gonna pop up something inappropriate sometimes. I'm like, oh god. With mods, you never know. Bedroom murals.
Oh no, that's not an. That's not an.
Yeah, that's what I
original.
was. Right.
The
thing that tipped me off was how linear it was up here.
Right.
Which I guess is kind of, but I mean, that didn't seem.
Okay, then let me go ahead and pull up what I have then, because I have screenshots of all the. Now
okay.
Okay, so I've got my sort completed. Let me view extra large icons. Oh, I also went around recently. This was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
To document where everybody sleeps as best I could.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I wanted to know. Well, like, it's easier at Haven.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can actually see, like, there's stuff over the tent. You can see where Cullen sleeps. You can see, actually where Bull sleeps. And it looks to me like he rooms with Krem,
Mm-hmm.
of course. You have a pretty good idea. Oh, and it's super cute. Josie, Cass, and Liliana room together at Haven. And Cass has a book on her bed. Of course.
Of
Being
course.
Cass. Yeah, it's awesome. Okay. Going through my pictures now.
I freaking love
what you're
Cassandra
seeing
so
on the
much.
left
Oh my god.
is one of the actual murals, for sure.
Okay.
That's why I was like, Templars? I never saw any Templars.
Yeah, I thought it was a little weird. I'm like, let me check the website.
Okay, so... Good lord. And the really sad part of this is I'm not going to tell you how many of these screenshots are of Solus Kissage.
Yeah. If you saw my phone, you would be like...
7 out of 9 Inquisitors, that's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
Well, okay, no, I mean 7 out of 9 did not romance Solus, but maybe they all kissed him. Because why not?
That's great.
And if I could, I had them all sleep with Bull too, like I said. So everybody's happy. All right.
I don't know why.
Here we go. I think I'm in the right section now. Okay. Good God Almighty. Oh.
Dang it.
I got it. Okay. All right. I'm just now.
I was just thinking how nerdy we are right now. We're like, oh, where's the murals?
Best possible way.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, this is another. Okay. I think this is another good one. What really gets me is my blog pops up all the time, and I'm like, oh.
It's awesome.
Like it's like a little friend just showed up. Okay.
Yeah, when I'm looking up murals, you're what's the one I had? This one. Like right here. Boom. You're third. You're just third right there.
I know, it's so cool. Not worthy.
It's great.
It keeps trying. Okay, wait, let me try this. Okay. Inquisitor. All right. I'm. Okay, hold. Darn it. Okay. I
love this picture.
All right, I'm going back through my. I had my. I thought I found it, but it was Solus's frescoes. This is my Haven. No, okay, so I am at Skyhold. Oh God, it's all the beds. Jesus, what's wrong with me? Okay. How many times did I do this? Okay. Oh, more Solus Kissage. Yes, she's. Oh, and he just dumped her. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is my tour. Okay, I'm close. This is my tour of Skyhold. I went everywhere I possibly could and took pictures. Like that row of rooms on the second floor, which is I'm where half the people sleep that, because we don't see, like, Bull's room.
Mhm.
When we get interrupted with him, we're in that room that's empty above the tavern, but that's not
Yeah.
where he actually
Sleeps, right?
Yeah. I mean, Cullen's is one of the only that, you actually see that where he sleeps. Okay, so. Oh, and by the way, there's some really interesting symbolism in the Herald's Rest sign as well. I don't think these people miss a trick, man. Everything has
No,
something.
they don't. And when you find stuff out at the end, and then you look at everything that happened in, and you're like, how did I not see that? It was right in front of my face the whole time. You're just like, God damn it, BioWare.
Now, she's carrying a dead body, too. Who the heck is Andraste carrying?
Where do you see that?
It's the Inquisitor. Oh, that's interesting. It's a dead Inquisitor.
No!
Oh my god.
I can't accept this.
So at the Herald's Rest, Andraste is seriously, and you see the Inquisitor is wrapped in a sheet and has the green fire coming from their hand, and it could be either a man or a woman. You know what I mean? You know. That's really interesting. I'm gonna refer to that later. Okay, moving on.
Wait, where was that?
That is at the Herald's Rest. I will copy this and paste it for you in our other chat.
Oh crap, I think I minimized Discord. There we go. Okay.
Oh, looks like I won't be looking at it.
It won't spoil you on anything, if it helps.
I know it won't.
Okay.
Did you just call me by my name?
Huh?
Did you just call me by my name?
No!
Froyo.
I don't think so. I have a cat, Frodo.
Oh! That's right. That's really close to
No,
Froyo.
it wasn't that. I thought I heard you say Zach.
Oh, no, that would have been... I didn't know that was your actual name, but... Very nice.
Well, I know what it will.
That is awesome. Okay, sign. Herald's Rest. Okay, now I'm copying it because it wouldn't let me do it before. Okay, I'm so sorry. But I did also just find the bedroom. I found it. I'll be updating that in a minute. Desktop.
Ooh, she found the bedroom.
I know, it's so sad too. All my Inquisitors are tragic. Nothing ever happens in there. All right. Oh, don't worry about that. Nothing happens in there. Okay. In case everybody did not know that I'm a ginormous dork. Okay.
Bedroom? What bedroom? I don't go in there.
Okay, Steph, I added that one for the Herald's Rest, and I will add one hopefully for the one that we're talking about in a moment as well, a couple. Because I am in the right place. I've got it open. I am in the Inquisitor's bedroom.
Bro.
I'm watching your facial expression.
Bro. Do you see this right now? Like, I know it's blurry as shit, but...
It should be in a pretty good resolution.
It's the way my computer translates it. And that... Wait. That's the Inquisitor because that is like the mark.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just a depiction of Andraste carrying the Inquisitor out of the Fade.
I think it absolutely is. It's just interesting that they're dead. They look dead. Just saying. Okay. Inky Quarters. I've got it open. I'm trying to see which ones I can see the murals in.
When the Inquisitor left the Fade after the whole thing, weren't they, like, put out? And that's why...
Yeah, they were unconscious and almost died. I mean, Solus saves us. Wait, that's not a spoiler. Thank God. Okay. Yeah, Solus saves It's like, I did it again. Yeah, no, he saves us. Stabilizes the mark. Which he also
really
tells us openly
interesting.
that he did.
When does that get posted? Is that always there? Because I've never fucking seen that. Or at least my brain didn't process
I think
it.
it's always there. I don't know.
If it is always there, I am a blind son of a bitch. Whew, I cannot see it. Now I won't be able to unsee it, of course. I'm going to walk over there every time and be like, hey.
Well, and it's a very interesting picture of Andraste. It's a really nice picture of her, actually.
Yeah.
And we have the tree. We have all sorts of neat symbolism happening in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be looking at that further. I've got, like... Can't believe I have to work tomorrow. I'm not in the mood to work. Oh, this is good. I got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. So, all right. Sharing this one.
I have school tomorrow, so.
Ooh, fun stuff.
Well, not only do I work for myself, which is good. So I don't have to, like, be somewhere at 7 in the morning or anything like that. But I do have PR meetings with clients, Skype and, Google Hangouts and stuff, or in telephone. So I've got meetings all day tomorrow. So it's like, kind of sucks. I'm not in the mood. But I will.
Who is after this big bombshell?
Oh, wait a minute. Be this picture to my desktop.
Sheila's with Josie at House Montpellier. No matter what BioWare says. I feel you. Trust me, I've got my own headcanon with my boy, so.
Oh, I'm with you on headcanons. They're what I live for.
I walk with him into that alluvion at the end, hand in hand. We gonna do this together, bitch. We gonna do this together, bitch.
I actually literally picture my Inquisitor onto his because I have absolutely no chill and no shame at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like, take me with you.
Mm-hmm.
Copy. I'm copying the ones I think are the best. Okay. To go in and look. Oh, well, there are, yeah, okay. So, the one that you found, I think I might have a better picture.
Okay.
But the one on the opposite wall, I don't seem to have a very good image of, but we'll see. The one over the owl or...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's what I have. I'm uploading these two. Okay, uploading Pinky Bedroom. Well, and of course this goes along with everything else we've already been saying, which is that anytime there is a picture, anytime there's anything at Skyhold that we didn't bring with us is significant. It's a little clue. The elven arrow on the rooftop that we find. There are dwarven, I think, carvings at one point in the down in the bottom, down below. I know you can. Okay, uploading 1 of 3. That's a pretty good one.
Yep, that's a great one. Also, your Inquisitor is adorable.
I love my Inquisitor. This is my little baby.
Mm-hmm.
She suffers so much. Put them through total
right into hell.
Yep. It's like, I love you.
Oh.
I'm gonna send you back. Okay, now this is just it's under the window. There's an owl.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put this up because you have to remember owls are symbols of Andruil.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they were messengers. I know that she had several different. I mean, hares are symbols of Andruil. What is it? What's the bird? It's not ravens.
Crows?
No, although that would be cool though. I know it's a bird. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. It's a hawk or a falcon. I'll have to go look.
Okay.
And then the owls were also symbols, but they were also more like messengers of Androwil. Which I think is really cool. This, man, why do I have so much stuff on my desktop? I can't find it. Okay, Inky Bedroom 4. All right, so here's Inky Bedroom 2. And then I'll do the, I just don't think any of these is accidental. Oh, that's the fireplace. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't. I thought there might be something interesting there. Let me get that open and see why I saved it. No, okay. There isn't, I don't think. I think at first I thought there might be an image there that was kind of like the Fresco in Solas's office, but I was wrong. So ignore me. And last but not least, there is this screenshot, which is interesting. I still think I'm missing one. I think I'm missing one mural, but I'll find it and add it later. Okay. But this is just the owl. And I'm certain there's one other painting, but I'll have to go back in and look. But keep in mind, even as you look at the painting over about her over her bed, what do we have in front of it? Owls, owls, owls.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's really interesting.
That's definitely interesting. And like you said earlier, the imagery. So if we look at
trees, wavy lines.
We've got the horizontal and the vertical waving lines, and it's also represented here. We've got the vertical and the horizontal.
Well, I wonder what these flowers are. These golden flowers.
Yeah.
And then the mountains again, which we see a lot. But you know, it's kind of interesting. We've got the trees, the mountain, the circles, the wavy lines, and it's just sitting up there in her quarters. You know, it's got to mean something that it's there.
And so, is it there at the very beginning, like when you get into your room for the first time?
Yes, it is there. Though I checked, this is like the earliest screenshot that I could do. This would be. I'm now in a repeat playthrough, so that's why I have I have some of the furniture and some of the goodies. But
yeah,
it's there the minute you get to Skyhold, 100%.
So that's intriguing because you've got the Inquisition symbol here.
Oops, you cut off?
You've got the Inquisition symbol here. So if this is here prior to her, or even prior to the Inquisition being here, could maybe it have been foretold or foreseen that the Inquisition would take the Skyhold, and maybe this is indicating that they are integral in pushing forward whatever happens next? I don't know.
I was really interested in that myself because now we do see some tapestries and hangings around Skyhold, and it could be headcanoned that our people went around and hung up the Inquisition symbol everywhere they could. Maybe they even painted it there. They could have done that. It could have just been a mountain and they painted, but I don't think that the Inquisition painted that.
No, I don't think so either. Definitely not.
Especially
with like the way Skyhold is depicted here. Like,
yeah,
I don't think the Inquisition would depict Skyhold that way.
Right, and we already know. No, it's a magical place. I mean, Skyhold is magical. It, I believe, holds properties that are special, and I don't.
Well, I mean, they were surprised to find it really still in the condition it was in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was even said because there was so much structural integrity issues.
Even though those bottom areas of Skyhold, the dungeons are kind of blasted because that's where I believe this huge thing took place centuries and centuries ago.
And I'm almost positive there's a document somewhere in Skyhold during its restoration that speaks of, like, I think how something was fused into the stone.
Yeah, there is. It's one of my favorites, and I talk about that in my Skyhold blog post. It's from one of our scholars who also passes on a rare letter from Solus. It's actually in writing. It's really, really fun. Let me pull that up, because Solus doesn't write to us very often. And you actually kind of hear his words. I totally geek out about this because it's so awesome. Skyhold, Gift of a Castle, be one of my earliest pieces.
I don't mean to kind of sway the discussion, and please do share that letter, but Jen brings up an interesting
great
thought looking at this mural. She's indicating the black lines coming from the bottom of the mountains upward, and she's wondering if maybe it could symbolize the blight. What I find intriguing about these lines is that they kind of over art, and then they're no longer black when they get onto the stone.
That's true.
Which I find interesting. So
I'm zoomed in pretty far, and some of them are really faint right from the bottom up, but I think there's something to that thought. I think it's a great thought.
Oops.
I'm curious about that because it could just be shading, or it could be telling us something more sinister.
Yeah.
But I really love that idea. It's such a great idea.
And
then I was just going to bring up that in the Skyhold post,
there are so many lore and clues that are just crammed in here.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to actually be in the new Dragon Age.
Yeah, and then we get this message. We get a note from the archivist of Skyhold, who notes a fragment and elven legend, perhaps, that was scratched beneath a pillar. Translated brokenly as, "Our belief transformed into everything. All time is transformed into the first/final death. Inevitable threatened victory and horrible promised." Kind of a different take on one word. "Horrible/promised freedom in the untorn veils, where the sky was held up or held back, where people give or gain love that is an apology/promise from someone to something." It's really badly translated. I can translate it better than this because the archivist can't, doesn't know crap. But I'll bet you I didn't even translate it at this point because I wasn't into Elven yet. Yep, I did not translate it, but I will. I have thoughts about this. Yeah, I think this is very badly translated, and probably there are and I do love that Solus writes us a letter. I'll transcribe it so you can read it without having line in my little voice.
That's the one that I think that one, it was all in Elven, right?
Yeah, no, just the poem, the fragment that they found.
Oh, that's right. That
they found.
Gotcha. Jen brings up something super interesting that kind of just whoa, crazy. So keeping on track, that the black squiggly lines could represent the blight, and then Skyhold being in the middle, kind of with the circle around it. Could it mean that Skyhold is maybe protected from the blight?
That's a really cool idea.
Since it's surrounded by the mountains, but it's
I mean,
intact.
one of the things that I had canon, and I brought it into my fanfic, was the idea, because it's implied by Solus that Skyhold is magical, that the walls are imbued with a kind of power. So I had canon that, and I put in my fanfic, I have that my Inquisitor will actually put her hand flat on the wall and draw strings from it. She feels it like it's the skin of a living. I'm probably romanticizing a little bit there, but you get the idea. So
I wrote smuts kind of similar. So
my poor readers, they haven't gotten to the smut yet, and all I could say is that the dawn will come. So here is what the Elvish that you've that you find as well.
Okay.
And anybody who is into Elven, Project Elven is really good, but this is my absolute favorite, and I'm going to share it. It has so much stuff that you don't find anywhere else. I believe it is the remnant of dev notes on the languages. There are words where you won't find anywhere else. Thousands of lines of text. So.
Oh wow.
I love it more than life itself. I use it constantly. So it also has all of the different word tenses. So yeah.
Okay.
No pressure. Just in case.
Do you just do like control find, or how does that work?
Oh, it's alphabetical. So
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I've gotten to know it well enough that now I can kind of go right to the section that I go to.
Mm-hmm.
But also I'll do a search. If I'm looking for, forget. If I'm looking for, what's the word fool? It's falassel.
Mm-hmm.
Sting, by the way. So it's but it's all in there. I mean, stuff and it's not presented linguistically, which is what, of course, Project Elven does beautifully.
Yep.
You have to sort of piece together, but it's a cipher, and it was meant to be a cipher, and Gator first created it more as a cipher than as an actual language, and so I just love stuff like that.
That is awesome, yeah. And
so
Project, what is it called? Project Elven?
Project Elven, and I have a link to that too that I'll share. I have it right here. It's linked on my blog.
I read a fan fiction from what is their name? Ikuso? Something like that. And she included it. Yep. She included it in her work as well.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. I need to log in.
Well, every once in a while I will get, honestly, this is the coolest thing. Every once in a while I will hear from Dragon Age fans, who like the blog or who want to say something nice. And every once in a while someone will actually DM me in Elven. And I'm just like, thank you.
That's so nerdy and awesome. I fucking love that.
It's fabulous. It's the coolest thing ever. So feel free. I love it.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah. So
I wish I could do that.
Well, now you can.
Yeah, true. That'll be interesting. Oh, that'd be rough. Give you some homework. Like you need any more. Well,
I know, and I want to just sit and write all this stuff, and I'm so excited. I can't even can't even believe this happened.
It's crazy.
How cool,
It is. I'm very excited.
Everything has changed, and it's only been how many hours?
Right?
This is what we've all been waiting for. So
yeah, oh my god, I'm still blown away that they gave us that much. Holy crap. I was hoping for a title, but it wasn't even an expectation. It wasn't.
I didn't think we would get this.
It was so far away from an expectation that I wouldn't have been disappointed if we walked away without any inkling of it. Just that it was being worked on.
Casey would say something kind of general, and for Dragon Age fans, we're, cough cough, might be working on something.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was going to be a thing, a brief thing. And I mean, it was brief. It was a minute, but still, it was that minute. It was so intense.
You could hear the shrieking all around the world, right? Screaming.
Yep.
Everybody on Twitter was screaming.
Yep.
Just so awesome.
Yep.
My cat had a seizure.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go.
Okay.
Because I have to get up early tomorrow for an appointment.
All right.
Thank you so much for chatting. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good night, Froyo. It's good to hear from you again.
I would like to come back because I need to make the right decisions in Dragon Age.
Yeah.
I want to hear about how how it goes for you. So
how my world decides to end up.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I don't know. Follow me on Twitter, or I'll follow. Tell me who you are, and I'll keep in touch. I want to hear. So.
I already followed you on Twitter. It should be. Oh God, what is my Twitter? Just look for someone with Jason Najja in their name.
Okay.
So So if you find that, you'll probably find me.
Yay. Okay.
And I can help her too if she can't find you.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, good luck
Yeah.
on your playthrough, and I don't know what to say because it's gonna be rough.
Well, I still have to kill one more dragon and then I can go through it. But I also need to see if I can't get the DLCs.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. If
Yeah,
you do,
definitely.
let
I
me
hope
know.
you do, and have
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
Oh, of
Have fun.
course.
Have fun.
Good night.
Good night,
All right.
sweet dreams.
Night for you.
Yeah, I totally get that. By the see, and also I wanted to thank, like we had, Frozen had some thoughts that maybe the mountains could just be the coloring they chose, which it totally could be, but it would be really interesting if that was blight coming up. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Like it's just like Jen said, radiating from the ground, from underneath.
I mean, the thing is, this is so frustrating.
Yeah.
This is the story of my life. You don't know whether something is a hidden message because we're so used to looking for little treats and little secrets that, man, we're like in there killing. I mean, I'm in there at least killing myself trying to find every tiny little overlooked detail.
Yep.
And you know, am I finding the details, and you know what I picture sometimes? So I swear to God, is that some of the Dragon Age people. I'll post it and I'll spend 3 paragraphs dissecting this one aspect, and you just flash forward to poor Patrick at his desk, or John Epler, or one of our other wonderful people, or Brienne Batty. I mean, so many. But whoever wrote that one part, you just want to picture them going, God, it was just red because I like the red. I mean, you've got it meaning 25 different things, and I can't tell her that it's not. Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if we do that to a lot of things. Like I remember in English class in high school, for instance, all the kids would be like, man, I bet all these teachers are just making this up, and the writers are probably like, ha ha ha, you're just making things up out of nothing. That's almost what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
But I don't know, some things you look at and you're like, this has significance. This rock has significance. No, just kidding. But that's what I do. I'm like, I wonder if this has significance, or this, or this, or this. And so I'm like, especially after the revelation at the end of Inquisition. After that, I could never play the game the same again. I looked at everything. I was like, what else am I overlooking?
Yeah.
And the freaking Andromeda, oh my god, Andraste sign.
Oh, that was a Freudian slip there.
Sorry. The Andraste sign there. Maybe I have seen it before and I just am not remembering, but that's something that's like, wow, if I was missing that the whole time, what the heck else am I missing? Jesus. It's crazy. But that's what makes this game so amazing. Oh my god. So amazing.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I actually think this is also why so many of the team members have been so much fun. Yeah, totally, right? Yeah. But also I think that's why the team members have been so accessible to us. Those of us who do this and obsess and micro examine everything, is because sometimes we do find stuff and they go, oh, thank you. Somebody finally found it. That, somebody finally jumped on the tiniest cave in the Emerald Graves and discovered, the key to the Flower Crown, and just all these little things that are meant to be little love letters to those who pay too close attention, and find, they're just doing this because, they love this world. And look at David Gator, who wrote that beautiful short story about Dorian, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
He's been away from Dragon Age forever, but he still
connected
that
to
character's
it.
That character still speaks to him, and I think that's so moving and so beautiful. And
it is.
Yeah, so, and I'm so glad to hear that Patrick's involved, because
yes, oh my god,
because it's our darling, it's a soulless baby.
Yes,
so he's got to be in there,
very much.
Patrick's looking for an adorable fan.
Yes. Welcome back.
Yeah, I was working.
Yeah. Oh. It's so awesome. Like that's what makes me, I think, love BioWare so much, is you can tell that every single person, or at least the ones that I've interacted with, truly love the games they make. You know, they're not just doing it because it's a job. They're doing it because they feel passionate about it. Like,
I think they feel connected to their characters. I really do.
Yeah.
Like I've read a lot of the old BioWare blog posts about, you know, like they would come in with a decision. You know, David would come in sometimes with a plot point, and the writer might respond with enthusiasm, or they might really defend, going, you know, I don't think that I would, you know, my character would do that.
Yeah, and I know Freddie did for Bull.
Right. Which thing was that? That's so cool.
The Q, he said that it's not about romance, it's about the Chargers, you know, loyalty and family. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No kidding.
it's crazy. I need to read some of the old BioWare blogs, because back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean like 2012, when BSN was still a thing, the BioWare social network. The forums. Yeah, same. And I didn't really pay attention to the blog much because I was always so involved on the forums. But after you told me, Angela, that there were all those short stories from Inquisition that I don't even know how I missed.
Oh, you were cutting out. I'm sorry. So,
sorry. After you told me about the short stories that were on the BioWare blog, that I had no idea existed because I wasn't reading the blog back then, I guess. You know, now I'm like, I really need to go through everything and see what they've posted in the past. It's crazy.
And some of those short stories are really beautiful, and have the one about Calpurnia is my favorite.
Yeah.
And since I am not a canon Templar saver, I've only met her once.
Yep.
But
Same.
I loved her to death.
Well,
I do think she is another person I think we'll see in Tevinter. Absolutely see her again.
I think so too, for sure.
And but her story is really lovely. It's moving, it's romantic, it's sad. Anders is just heartbreaking, of course, because that's pretty much what Anders does. Reaches in and grabs your heart, pulls it out slowly. Horrible. But they're all really good. And the BioWare blog used to share all crazy awesome stuff, you know, like what they would listen to when they would write or edit. You know? Like, yeah, Calpurnia was awesome. And I actually like saying, why am I whispering? I kind of have a little crush on Samson. It's weird.
I like Samson too. I think he gets a bad rap, but
well, because I always save him. I mean, in DA2, I always read. So, yeah, I really do wish they could have done that. I see how it would have been difficult, but I agree. It would have been fun to see Calpurnia, even if we made it, and it would have been.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it would definitely agree. Reminded me of something when you said that, actually. Well, and you know, I'm curious what everyone's headcanon is like. Well, and depending on if you, for me, it's always got to be the gate in Haven with, you know, poor doomed, what's his name, Roderick. You know,
that redemption is powerful. That scene almost always makes me cry.
Oh, it kills me. It kills me because
it's emotional.
Because he's a little man and he's a vindictive, petty, shallow little guy who was perfectly willing to throw us and kill us.
Yep.
Have us executed, and yet those final moments with him in Haven when he knows he's dying. First of all, he has a sense of humor when he walks in with Cole, and Cole says, "This is Roderick. He's going to die." You know, and Roderick goes, "What a charming boy." I'm like, I love him so hard at that moment. You know, he ends up he may not have lived well, but he dies well.
Yeah,
you know, because he saves everybody.
Yes, he does.
It's just so it's so
I just got goosebumps. Ugh, I love that damn game.
You know, that moment they're all singing, and I always picture Roderick's last moments at least being to this hymn that they all know.
Yeah.
It would have meant something to him to hear that song.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to pass away while they're singing it is very...
Yeah.
Because I think about everything way too much.
That was a great scene. Very feelsy. That whole damn game, though, man. Ugh, I swear I still cry like a baby every time I have to choose for Cole.
Oh, I have a really hard time.
Oh my god. In the spirit, oh god, I don't know, when Solus is just like, you must forgive. Oh, that whole, I don't know what it is about that whole scene. It's like,
yeah, so what do you choose? And DNC, that's a really good point. I do agree that that Samson is wearing plot armor, literally wearing plot armor. Good one. You know. But I also really like the fact that we can go with Cullen and get a certain... We can do that, first of all, do that mission with Cullen. Awesome. You know. I love taking Cullen on that mission. On or whatever. It's just so awesome to see him fight and use Templar powers. Mm-hmm. It's the only time in the game we really get to see that. Although Cassandra has a little bit of that with Seeker stuff. But I do like that we can give him some dimension if we do that quest with Cullen, which I found that a lot of people don't do. They don't even know that if you do all of the things he asks you that Cullen does, he will quest and try to redeem Samson. But yeah, no, Calpurnia is great. She really is. And she's genuinely like, and you know what's funny about the short stories is that to me they are the most complex portrayals of Corey Pants. You know, he comes across like a really interesting guy in there. He's thoughtful, he's quiet, he approaches them respectfully and offers them power and offers them a way out of their situation, why they on it. And you know, he's not the guy that we see at Haven pontificating, you know, the throne was empty. You know, it's a little more subtle. So it's kind of a shame. Sheha, yeah. Well, and I love it that I love meeting, you know, in Redcliffe. It means more to me, you know, and being in Hush was having Bull with us and go, it's always the pretty ones.
That's interesting, because when I did my Cullen romance, I sided with the Templars, because I was like, Cullen and Templars. But that makes a lot of sense, DNC, with Samson being the plot man.
Oh, you like Templars better? That's really cool. Yeah, no, I'm a mage rights man all the way. I've only done Templars.
Same.
I've done them 2 times. Once officially, and then I did another playthrough with the Templars on my blog when I was, you know, doing analysis quests. But yeah, it's interesting. Sir Barris is great. I wish we got to spend time with him, you know, if we chose mages. I mean, we do get to meet him and see how beautiful he is, at least. But
he doesn't die, does he?
No, not in the mage play.
Okay, but what about the Templar?
He can die in the Templar playthrough. Yeah,
oh,
for
that's
sure.
right. That's right. Okay. Bummer. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna have to call it now.
Ditto.
Yeah, it's getting late, and I gotta pee again. But this has been awesome.
Thrilled, you guys. Thank you so much.
I did not. Thrilled. I literally did not even intend for this because, like I said, I didn't even think we'd get this much. So, thanks for staying with me through the whole day, Angela. Thank you so much for joining and giving us your brilliant mind. And Sheha, thanks for being here as well. It's been awesome. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for everything, for being here, and don't forget to follow Angela. Let me see, on Twitter, because
I'm Drunk Dalish, everybody. No pressure. Don't have to.
Drunk Dalish. Follow her blog as well. Her blog is insane. Holy cow.
I would love to hear your thoughts.
Yes. Comment all the things, all the thoughts, all the everything. And
the occasional cat take 2 cat picture. Sorry.
And also follow.
And of course, we all follow you and Sheha.
Who...
Oh my god! And please, everybody, check out Sheha's doodles.
Yeah, her doodles are amazing. She does a lot of adorable doodles, as you can see. So do that. That'd be awesome. So yeah. Good night, everybody.
Sorry.
And
it just popped up. All right.
Thanks
Bye,
for being
everybody. Thank you so much. And wow. Yeah. Good day for Dragon Age.
Yes, great day. All right.
Bye everybody.
Everyone.